They said the storm would take me down. Said the noise would drown my sound. Said the road was way too long, and I wouldn't last this long. But every night we scream lights up, names I know and hearts I trust. Through the chaos and the flame, you remind me why I came. When the sky was falling down, you were lifting me above. We're still standing strong tonight. From the dark we found the light. When the world said walk away, the rambler said we stayed. Voices rising in the chop. I said always have my back. Through the fire we belong, and we're still standing strong. Some will try to break your spirit. Some will try to dim your flame. But 1,000 voices cheering cannot shine a little shame. Every laugh and every story, every friend along the way, built a place that keeps on shining, brighter every single day. Oh, when the road felt hard to see, you believed in me. We're still standing strong tonight. Through the dark we found the light. When the world said walk away, the rambler said we stay. Voices rising in the jack, hearts that always have my back. Through the fire we belong, and we're still standing strong. This is more than just a game, more than words upon a screen. It's a flashlight that keeps shining through the toughest storms we've seen. When the nights felt long and endless and the road seemed far too long, we're still standing strong tonight. When we're shining in the light, every voice and every name burning brighter than the flame. When the world said walk away, the rambler chose to stay, and together we belong. Yeah, we're still standing strong. Ramblers rise, ramblers stand, hearts together, hand in hand. I'll be rambling, shining bright. We're still standing strong tonight.
Yay, let's hope that I'm just going to do my mic again because I'm paranoid with. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me now. So a lot of stuff that happened at Kouri Richins today. That orange notebook and the walk the dog letter all came out. Hello there, tree dog. How are you? Oh, hold on a minute. There's another song playing here. What's going on? Hang on a moment. I thought I said stop.
They said the storm would take me down. Said the noise would drown my sound.
Oh, I know what it is. It's not another song playing. It's here. Sorry about that. There's that playing. Okay. Oh, so we have also KYLEAH TOLLE case, all the interviews. We watched a bunch of them yesterday. We were just going to get to Kyleah, and I think we have a couple of her friends. Hello, White Angel. But Kouri Richins, that orange notebook came in, the walk the dog letter. And I don't know, B-Lady came in like, oh my gosh, that's not the letter that you read. But 100% B-Lady, that's the letter that I read. It's the letter that I read, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, whenever it came out the first time. It's the letter that I read a few days ago, and it's the same exact letter. Hi, Amy's Justice League. How are you? Hi, Rosalita. Hi, Margaret. And yes, and thank you. Margaret became a VIP member today. Very happy that you went ahead and did that. Really appreciate that. It helps us immensely with the channel support. Thank you so much. So let me take this down. Okay, so let me pull up, because I want to go over those texts. You know what I don't understand about this prosecutor? It's the first time I've ever seen it done like this, where he has them just look at the texts and they just kind of show them to the courtroom, but he doesn't really ask them anything about it. I've never seen anything like that. That he just, basically, he doesn't really do much of a direct questioning of him at all. He kind of waits. I guess he knows that the cross is going to be intense, and then he'll come back with the redirect. But he just puts all that stuff out there. I have never seen it done like that. So that's interesting, you know. And I've watched a lot of trials. I don't know if do you guys know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to pull up and just go through the text with you, because some of you don't get to see them. And let me see here. Where's my YouTube? Go over here. YouTube, my channel. Content. And then we'll go over the orange notebook, which is pretty interesting as well. And the defense fought very hard not to have any of that stuff admitted, right? Okay, so let me pull this over. Hey, wait, what's up with this? Something's wacko. What's wacko here? Why is my screen like that? Okay. Oh, there's a lot of like really snarky stuff with oh, today, yeah. Today, that's right. Yeah, I'm telling you, everything is melding into one day. Today they were supposed to come back early, right? And do their thing. Oh, they got done so early with all their stuff. They had all this time, so they didn't call the jury back till 1 o'clock. When they called the jury back, there were two jurors that weren't there. And then they finally got started at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So, yeah, and they called Carmen Lauber back real quick. They wanted to ask her a question. That was like and they still haven't released her as a witness. So they just talked about they tried to discredit her, tried to say she didn't follow the rules of her probation and stuff, and just trying to poke holes in saying she's a liar. Just her credibility. And this is the lead investigator that everybody's been waiting for. And this is Jeff O'Driscoll. So this is going to bring in a lot of the text messages, which we're going to see right here. All right.
Recovered from Eric's cell phone.
Scott, can I get 2-118D, please? Is this an accurate depiction of a November 20th, 2021 text exchange between Kouri and Eric Richins?
They want me to read them to you, Amy.
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, move to admit and publish 2-118D.
No objection.
Highly showrun.
2-118D is admitted and now published.
Hi, Sandra. Okay. This is To My Princess from Eric. Okay. Nah, I'm good. As long as I get to go out with you is all I really care about. And this is 11/20/2021.
I believe the green is Eric's and the blue is Kouri Richins.
Corey says the James Bond movie is out. Eat a gummy, says Corey. Corey says at the Nice Theater. Eric says Carter is going to the rodeo with Tisha and my dad and then staying at his house. She says, what? Ha 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 ha, that's awesome. She says, what rodeo? At the Golden Spike Arena, Eric says. Just Carter and Tisha? Oh, never mind, I read that wrong. I thought it said Carter and Tisha were going, your dad was staying at his house, as in not going. So, sweats, hoodies, gummy, James Bond movie at the Nice Theater. Sounds like she's more into gummies than him. I'd like to get some grub first if gummies are hold on a minute. Hold on. If gummies are in the forecast. Ha ha ha, yeah, steak sounds pretty good. The movie doesn't start till 8.
Scott, 2-119D, please. Detective, is this a accurate depiction of a January 13th, 2022 text exchange between Kouri and Eric Richins?
Yes, and again, I believe it's the green that is Eric speaking and the blue that is Kouri Richins speaking.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish.
Right, I know what you, I
States
feel you.
2-119D is admitted.
The boys are wondering when you are coming home. This is January 13th, 2022. No, you are and you are wondering, not them. That was her saying that to him. I'll call you on my way. No, I would never go and hang out with girls and miss the boys' games and scouts. Sorry, but that's not something I would ever think about doing. That's Eric. Can you bring me home soon, please? Yep. What you want, beautiful. Thank you. If Dairy Keen isn't too busy, that works. Whatever they have. Or chicken noodle at Neater's, whatever. Gummy time? Yes.
Detective, are you familiar with a children's book entitled Are You With Me that Kouri Richins purportedly authored to help children deal with the loss of a parent?
Yes, I am.
How did you first come familiar with it?
Your Honor, we just want to renew our previous objections to this line of questioning.
Court stands on its prior ruling. Please re-ask.
Sir, how did you first become familiar with it?
Another one of the investigators from the sheriff's office shared a link with me to a story by Good Things Utah, a local news channel, and I viewed an interview there between Ms. Richins and reporters.
Scott, can I get 8-21 Sierra, please? Sir, do you recognize that as an authentic depiction of a screenshot from that interview?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-21S.
Your Honor, we renew our 401 and 403 objections.
Overruled. 8-21,
Sit down, ma'am.
did I get the number right? 8-21S is admitted
Isn't
and
it
published.
weird that she's still wearing her jacket on an interview? Wouldn't you take that? She looks so uncomfortable, doesn't she? Take your jacket. Stay a while. Take it off.
Did detectives investigate how Kouri Richins came to appear on Good Things Utah?
Yes. A subpoena was sent to ABC Utah news station to get that information, and part of their production, they produced some emails between Ms. Richins and the production team. It appeared that they had some kind of standardized form that anyone could fill out to requesting to be on the show, and it looked like Ms. Richins had filled that out, and they were communicating about the results.
Scott, can I get 2-115?
That would be lady. Okay, now this is how she got on the show, okay? There's a form that she could fill out, and she put down why she wanted to come on the show to promote.
Detective, is that an accurate depiction of the March 24th, 2023 email exchange between Kouri Richins and Good Things Utah?
Yeah, I believe it began on March 24th. There's various dates on when emails were sent back and forth, but yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-115.
Object to 401, 403, and hearsay, Your Honor.
401 and 403 overruled. With respect to hearsay, there are portions of this were authored by Kouri Richins, other portions authored by people other than Kouri Richins, correct?
That is correct, and the portions other than Kouri Richins are offered for their effect on Kouri Richins.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to the extent that State's Exhibit 2-115 includes statements authored by Kouri Richins, you may consider those statements for the truth or for any purpose. To the extent they include statements written by someone other than Kouri Richins, you cannot consider those statements for the truth. Rather, you can consider them only for the effect they had upon Kouri Richins as the recipient of those statements. Published 2-115.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Very good. 2-115 is admitted and published.
I think it starts from the bottom up.
Name of person, requested guest appearance, Kouri Richins. I'd like to be on Good Things Utah, self-author. Is your organization nonprofit? No. Anytime that works for you guys. Promoting a child's book. She says, I have just written what appears to be the first children's book about losing a parent. I highly doubt that. My husband passed away last year, and we have 3 young boys. I wrote this book to help kids find a way. I wrote this book to help kids find comfort and peace when losing a parent or anyone close to them. I hope to promote it on your show to help parents comfort their children with such a tragic life event. Hi Jill, that's amazing news. I'm so excited. Yes, the book's available on Amazon. Here's the link. Of course, I would love to share 3 steps of helping kids cope with the stress with the loss of a parent. In addition to promoting the book, absolutely. Please let me know if there's anything else I can share. What are the next steps? So happy you reached out. Looking forward to hearing back from you. Hi Kouri, we'd love to feature your children's book on losing a parent. Is it currently available for purchase? Also, would it be possible for you to share 3 steps on helping kids cope with the loss of a parent? Then she says, this is great news. We can have you in our live studio in Salt Lake City, closer to the airport, on April 6th, your birthday. The arrival time would be 9:45 a.m. and you'd be live in the 10 o'clock hour. Are you available on this day? Yes, I'm available. Can you send me the address? I will plan to be there at 9:45. Actually, isn't that silly? Plan to be that, and you have to be there earlier than that. Can you let me know if there is anything else I should specifically prepare for? Also, would you say, how long do you think it's going to, also, how long will the conversation last so I can be prepared? Okay, your phone number, who, from, is it just, talking points listed in bullet point, list props you'll be bringing so we can accommodate setup, pictures, videos to help tell your story. Good Things Utah Hour 2 is live from 10 to 11. The segment will be filmed. It will be about 4 to 5 minutes in length. Within that hour, please plan on staying with us until 11 a.m. at the absolute latest. If you have friends or family, you can tell them to watch the book online. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday, April 6th. Thanks so much, Jill. I look forward to being there. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I will get you the required information. Just checking to see if you could send over your talking points by tomorrow morning. And there should put that there. Try to keep routines that keeps the person's spirit alive who has passed, talking about them, sharing memories, continuity, try and keep the kids' routines and schedules normal, care, affirming their feelings, understanding when they're sad, mad, lonely, talking about those feelings and letting them know it's okay, not changing their routines. Kouri listed in bullet points. Okay, to be a guest on Good Things Utah Daily Dish. Hi Jill, I just sent you a photo on the front cover that we can use. Also, Amazon won't approve my discount code I sent you in my previous message, so instead what I have done is offer a free copy of the book. What should put there? Free copy of the book on April 30th and May 1st through Kindle. Hopefully we can use this. I'll keep my eye on it. Updated our graphic and added a picture. Thank you. Here's our correspondence with Kouri.
In addition to Good Things Utah, are you familiar with Kouri Richins promoting the book on KPCW Radio?
You can't hear me?
Yes, again, I was sent a link to their website.
hold on.
I viewed their webpage and saw an interview with Miss Richins and
You
journalists and listened.
You can't hear me? Hold on. Oh my gosh. How long has it been like that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How long was it like that? The whole time? Admitted, right? No, it's the okay there.
You, please. The state moves to admit and publish 8
I hate. You can hear me now. Okay.
into an interview that she conducted with them on their website.
Scott 8-37, please. Is this an accurate depiction of the website promoting the interview?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Sassy Linda.
Is it dated
Sandra.
April the 12th, 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-37.
Object 401, 403, and hearsay, Your Honor, and authenticity.
Oh, her and authenticity.
Do you actually have an authenticity?
Hold on, let me get over there
Yeah,
so I can
check.
fast forward this.
Text below the photograph, please. R is admitted. Defendant's objections thereto are overruled. Ready to publish?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Summit County mom pens new book after unexpected death of husband.
Thank you. Towards the end of March 2023, did the Summit County Sheriff's Office receive an anonymous Amazon delivery of the book?
Yes. Package showed up from Amazon with a copy of the book and also a little standard sticker that you can leave a personalized message on with a gift when you send something.
Scott, 8-20, please. Is this an accurate depiction of a scan of the cover of the book that the Summit County Sheriff's Office received along with the message that accompanied it?
Yes, when we received this, evidence technicians scanned the cover of the book and then the note that came with it as well, yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-20.
Just 401 and 403, Your Honor.
Okay, overruled. State's Exhibit 8-20 is admitted.
A gift for you. Are you with me? There are two sides to every story. This is the true Kouri, a devoted wife and adoring mother. Thought you should know, from Anonymous. Why have an anonymous do that sends me gifts? But it really is a person.
Thank you. Did detectives investigate who anonymously sent the book?
Yes, a subpoena was sent to Amazon to request the information on who the sender was, and it came back as Lisa Darden.
Her mother.
Scott, 8-34, please. Is this an accurate depiction of the order history provided by Amazon in response to a subpoena?
Yes, it is.
Dated March, admit,
Admitted.
mother.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Book writer published on, in Miss Richins' phone, between her and a contact named Book Writing Lane, who is a book writer, publisher of some type, regarding them writing the book for her.
Are they a ghostwriter?
Yeah.
No, let me see.
Between her and
Who wrote the book?
Objection 401, 403, and hearsay.
Overruled. Go ahead.
we found text messages in in Miss Richins' phone, between her and a contact named Book Writing Lane, who is a book writer, publisher of some type, regarding them writing the book for her.
Are they a ghostwriter?
Yeah.
Scott, 2-121, please.
Now, this is funny, I'll tell you why, because there were mistakes in this book. I remember she actually, when she was doing some interview, back when this book first came out, she said, I'm not a writer, I'm not an author, I've never written a book. It has mistakes and stuff. And I remember I looked at a sample of the book, and it did, as I recall, it did have mistakes and things. So it's very interesting that a ghostwriter wrote this for her, because I don't know what kind of ghostwriter they were. Yeah, it's strange.
This is 141 pages. You've reviewed this prior to today. Is this an accurate depiction of
There's
those
her mother.
text messages between Kouri Richins and Book Writing Lane?
Yes, this is a depiction of part of them.
Mr. Bloodworth, would you approach for one moment?
That's her mother back there.
Bubbles in green, Kouri Richins, and the bubbles in blue, Book Writing Lane.
Yes, that's correct.
Green bubbles are Kouri.
And does this lengthy text message exchange generally depict Kouri Richins engaging Book Writing Lane, providing them with ideas and circulating drafts of the narrative and the illustrations?
Yes, that's what it appears to me.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-121 into evidence.
Same objection, 401, 403, and hearsay, Your Honor.
All right. The defendant's objections are overruled. States 2-121 is admitted. Members of the jury, With respect to States Exhibit 2-121, the green messages are authored by Kouri Richins. You may consider the green messages in 2-121 for their truth or any other purpose. The blue messages are authored by someone other than 2-1 upon is published.
Thank you, Your Honor, but the state wasn't
Oh,
going to go
my
through
apologies.
141 pages.
Yeah, very good.
Did Kouri Richins discuss the book with her family?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Again, in text messages that we found on her phone, she has discussions with her family members about it.
Scott, 2-112, please. Is this a February 28th, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her brother DJ?
Yes. And again, Miss Richins is in green and DJ is in blue.
Is this an accurate depiction?
Yes.
Right, he doesn't put up the crap.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-112.
Object to 40143 and
FOIA,
hearsay,
be
Your
quiet
Honor.
with your objection.
Defendant's
You know, I'll
objections
tell
are
you
overruled.
something.
Are you asking for the same
She is
instruction?
very disrespectful. Lawyers should, as a sign of respect to the judge, they're supposed to stand up when they make an objection. Some judges will really admonish them if they, and not even, they'll be like, you stand up when you make an objection. She does not stand up when she makes an objection. She just does it from her seat with this horrible posture and everything. It's crazy, you know?
Ms. Nestor?
No, sir.
Okay.
Very
2-112 is admitted.
Move to publish, Your Honor.
Okay.
Some kind of a t-shirt, Kouri, ha 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 ha. What's the book called? And she shows a picture of that book. It turned out so cute, just something for the boys and to understand the book writing process to get ready for the big one. When is it on Amazon? This is with her brother DJ. We submit on Thursday to Amazon for review. They approve between 24 to 48 hours, and then it will be live. So I'm thinking Monday. I hope I find out tomorrow night. Awesome. So proud of you. Kouri says, thanks, bro. I'm excited. I don't really feel like it's real until I have an official copy, though. So we'll see. I really just want to understand the book process, so I'm ready to go. I have already spoke to a writer for my book. I'm debating starting it now, and they can start on quite a few chapters before all this is over just to get a jump on it. What's something like that cost, assuming you have to alternate names? She says, so the kids' book wasn't bad at all, assuming everything turns out the way it's supposed to, cost $2,500. The bigger book, yes, we'll have to change names. I also want to talk to my attorney about other precautions to take to avoid a lawsuit from them for defamation, or if changing names is enough. The book will be expensive, just for the ghostwriter to write the manuscript. 130 pages is $5,000. I'm assuming it'll be closer to $250. So $10K for the manuscript. This lady does payment plans, so you can just pay per month. Hold on. So you can just pay per month as it's being worked on. Total time, 2 to 4 months. I might just start my recordings now and wait to sign up until May when more money comes in, hopefully, LOL. Did book launch? Not yet. I made some last minute changes. They will get the changes back to me today and then hopefully Friday. I had them add in this picture in the beginning. Good luck, little sis. You have nothing to worry about. Stay calm. Thank you. You can log on and watch if you want to, 2 o'clock.
Scott, 2-113, please. Is this a March 8th, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her mother?
Kouri Richins and
Yes.
her mother.
Is Kouri Richins in green and her mother in blue?
Yes.
Is this an authentic depiction?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-113 into evidence and to publish.
Objection 4143 and hearsay, we don't need the instruction.
Defendant's objections are overruled. 2-113 is admitted.
What's the name of the book? It's her mother. Where are you? No. It's not on Amazon yet. Okay. I will let you know. Haha. No, my title is, Are You With Me? Ha ha ha, I don't know what I was thinking. Where is ya? Working in office.
Scott, 2-114, please. Oh, Your Honor, we took it down because it was being published.
Should be previewed now. Thank you.
Just like before, Kouri Richins is the green bubbles and DJ is the blue bubbles.
Is this an accurate depiction?
High speed.
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 2-114 and publish.
4143 and hearsay, we don't need the instruction. Thank you, Your Honor.
Scott, would you zoom in for a minute? Understood. I misread it. Okay. Zoom back out so I can see the number. My apologies. Defendant's objections to state's 2-114 are overruled. 2-114 is admitted and published.
Yay, yay. Yep, think Carter Kouri sounds better. How much do you make per book? Haha, it sounds way better. Oh my gosh, they would die. It would be so funny. Yes, it would. So on Amazon, I only make $5.35 a book. They print and ship. I'm working on a website that you can buy the book through. I'll make $10 a book. Nice. Yeah, the next 30 days are just extreme marketing. My goal is to sell 100,000 books by the end of the year.
Your Honor, may we approach on a legal issue?
Of course.
Hi, Chrissy. High speed. Oh, they took another little break, right?
tax results, as I mentioned. We had just gotten the downloads from Miss Richins and Eric's phones, and we're starting to go through them. Call logs. Communications between Miss Richins and the phone number for Carmen Lauber. So we started looking into Carmen Lauber and found that she had a history of drug use and drug distribution. We found that she was on drug court probation in Wasatch County. My partner, Detective Maynard, actually had previous involvements with Carmen, knew a little. We spoke with investigators from Nick and found that he had a high number of contacts, communications with the Gunnison State Prison.
We don't have to go through all this, Carmen.
As part of our investigation into her, we collected the trash from her home. And in going through the trash, we found drug paraphernalia, specifically tin foil with burn marks and residue on it. And based on my training experience, that's indicative of somebody smoking a substance off of the tin foil. Her person. I did.
Did you find any evidence of a crime in her home?
Yes, in Miss Lauber's bedroom, we found THC products, paraphernalia, and a firearm under her bed.
Sir, is that photograph on the left? It's labeled 8-15R, an accurate depiction of a photograph of Eric Richins' obituary in Carmen Lauber's room?
Yes, it is.
Is 8-16R, the photograph on the right, an accurate depiction just of the same obituary, but just a closer view?
Yeah, zoomed in from the original, correct?
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-15 and 8-15R and 8-16R.
No objection.
815R and 816R are admitted.
Detective, what was your impression of kind of the collection of material on the left?
Based on knowing that Carmen was in drug court and knowing a little bit about how that program works, it seems like she had all of these inspirational quotes that helped motivate her through her progression in drug court, and amongst them were photos of her loved ones, her family, and then amongst all of that was Eric Richins' obituary.
Dead center, wasn't it?
Yep, right in the middle of the mirror.
Thanks, Scott. Can I get 8-18, please? Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a photograph of a C&E hat that you found in Carmen Lauber's room?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-18.
No objection.
8-18 is admitted.
And then can you, Scott, zoom in? There we go.
Yeah, that's the C&E stonemasonry logo on that gray hat.
Thank you, Scott.
Hi, pretty girl.
Simultaneous with your search of Carmen Lauber's home, did another deputy stop Carmen Lauber while she was driving?
Yes, we planned it that way because we had a warrant for Carmen's person and her vehicle as well.
Did that deputy seize her phone?
Yes.
During that stop, did that deputy find evidence of a crime?
Yes, he found that Carmen was driving on a suspended license.
Did he arrest her for driving on a suspended license?
Yes, he did.
Did that stop occur in Wasatch County?
Yes.
Did that deputy then book Carmen Lauber into the Wasatch County Jail?
Yes, he did. So as I said before, my partner, Detective Maynard, had previous involvement and knowledge of Carmen Lauber. He knew that she had a history of self-preservation and offering information in exchange for help with her charges. and Eric's death.
Object to speculation and move to strike and non-responsive. What he saw.
Okay. Jeff O'Driscoll's testimony, give it whatever weight you see fit.
Be Carmen Lauber's motive for self-preservation upon seeing Eric Richins' obituary. Am I right that you thought she might also have some motivation related to her potential involvement in Eric Richins' death?
Correct, that was my impression.
What did you tell Carmen Lauber when you first interviewed her?
When we first spoke to Miss Lauber, we sat down with her. We explained that what we had found in her home would potentially violate
Okay, I think
her
we're going to skip through this.
she might
Essentially,
Immediately question her.
all right, they're going over what they offered Carmen Lauber. They offered her if she turned state's witness and, cooperated with the state, then they were going to overlook certain charges she would normally have. Okay, so I think we all understand that. We're going to skip through that. What did you say? You said you feel so bad for Carmen when they had her in that room telling her she would get time off only if she said what they needed. That's not exactly what happened. That's what a plea deal is when they turn state's witness. They're helping the state convict someone, B-Lady. No, that's not correct, B-Lady. That is not correct. That's not correct. That's incorrect. She has to turn state's witness, tell the truth. They're not telling her to lie. Do you not believe that Carmen Lauber sold the drugs to Kouri Richins? The dirty backroom. What? That's not true. She's telling the truth, B-Lady. They're not telling her to say, they would never tell her to say something that's not true. If she cooperates, okay. Then be careful what you say, because you spread around stuff like that and it gets taken as fact, and I'm a real stickler on that stuff. She got a deal. She's not upset. She's happy to get the deal. Hi, Dookie. She's telling the truth, though. They're not telling her to say anything that's not true. Hey, Bling's here. Hey, Dookie. Missed you. I think you missed a lot, B-Lady. I think you missed a lot, and I think you missed a lot about how the fentanyl can be made, illicit fentanyl can be made into a pill that resembles one of those Roxys, but it's 100% fentanyl. I think you must have missed that.
Telling her that any kind of immunity or assistance or help that she would get from prosecutor's office would be dependent on not just her telling us what she knew, but giving us information that would allow us to corroborate that information.
And Did you stress to her that you needed details, in particular, details to corroborate the information?
Object to leading.
Overruled.
Yes, and that discussion got,
It's not in her testimony. I believe it is in one of the medical doctors' testimony about how they make the pills. That's how people. That's how, like, Doctor, you know about Dr. Laura's son got one pill and died? Thought he was taking something else. It was all fentanyl. And he died. He was about 15 years old, I think it was. They make the pill to resemble something else. Just because the pill didn't say fentanyl on it doesn't mean it wasn't 100% fentanyl. There's somebody that testified to that. I believe it was one of the doctors.
deeper and deeper the more we talked to her. We kept stressing, we need more detail. These are the type of details that we need. And it just kept going from there.
Did you and/or Detective Maynard interview Carmen Lauber 6 times between April the 27th, 2023 and May the 13th, 2023?
Yes. I wasn't there for every single one, but either myself or Detective Maynard was, yes.
Why 6 interviews?
No, not Tylenol. No. They made it look like a Roxy, which I believe is the street name for the Oxycontin or Oxycodone, one of those. Not a Tylenol.
As we spoke to Miss Lauber, she would give us information that she could remember. We would take that information back and work on corroborating it with other evidence, phone records, other details from other witnesses.
Lady, that's why they tell kids, don't ever take anything from someone, even if it's a pill, and they say, oh, this pill is this, because they have a press, it's called. They showed how this worked on this trial. And they put the substance in this thing, and it makes a pill, and it even stamps it with the number that would be on one of those oxy pills, the Roxys, whatever they call them. They even showed that, but it's not. It can be 100% fentanyl, and that's how people are dying.
And then we would go back, we would ask her more questions, try to get more information, more details. It was just a step-by-step iterative process that took several days until we felt like we had the complete picture.
No, it's not made to look like candy. Are you punking me tonight, B-Lady?
Of what her involvement was.
They do make some that look like candy for little kids that like dots, but we're talking about pills here that Kouri got that were stamped to look like Roxy's.
Did those interviews
Pressed.
total
They were
about
illicit,
10
completely
hours?
illicit.
I believe so, yes.
Were they audio and video recorded?
Yes.
Have you reviewed transcripts of those interviews?
Yes, I have.
Do those transcripts total about 900 pages?
Yes, I believe so.
Did you listen to defense counsel's cross-examination of Carmen Lauber regarding your and Detective Maynard's interviews?
I did.
Did you observe how defense picked certain sentences throughout the 900 pages?
Yes.
In the full context of the interviews, do you believe that those few sentences fairly and accurately depicted the tone and tenor of your interview?
Object, Your Honor.
What's the basis of the objection?
He's trying to make impeachment sound improper. And
They're not fake. They're pills that are, people think, oh, it's an oxy or it's something else, but it's all fentanyl. Yeah, like Xanax or something. Right, exactly. That's why they say it can take just one pill. That's what you tell your kids. One pill that you don't know what is in it, and you're dead.
It's totally not improper. It is.
So, but the point in this trial, B-Lady, is that they're trying so hard to say she didn't buy fentanyl. She didn't give them fentanyl. It doesn't matter. Fentanyl was what was in it. It could be disguised as Anoxy, Xanax, whatever, but it was fentanyl. That's the whole crux of everything. The defense is going around with semantics because they know the facts aren't on their side.
Don't make speaking objections. Are you objecting to the form of the question?
Yes.
What is the objection to the form of the question?
Your Honor, we object to the form of the question on the grounds that it is seeking a legal conclusion, on the grounds that it is leading, and on the grounds that it is calling for speculation.
Overruled. Go ahead, Diddy.
No, I don't feel like those segments that they picked out at all represented our interviews with Carmen.
Do you think that those segments without context are misleading?
Object to leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, I believe they're misleading.
One of those segments said, or quoted you saying that you needed details to ensure that Kouri Richins will get convicted of murder, and that shortly thereafter Carmen Lauber asked for blueprints. What was the context of that discussion?
So as I said before, when we were discussing with Carmen, it was very slow moving at first. And we were trying to emphasize to her the level of detail that we needed to be able to offer her something from the prosecution's office for her cooperation. And part of that emphasis was trying to describe to her the level of detail that would be needed in a courtroom. And it was probably poor choice of words in hindsight, but that was what we were stressing, is the type of information that is acceptable to be used in a court.
Defense counsel also picked the words "get out of jail free card" that Detective Maynard uttered. What was the context of "get out of jail free card"?
So the comment that Detective Maynard made was coupling her, referencing whatever prosecution would offer her in exchange for her testimony, coupled with the fact that there was now a family that didn't have a brother, that didn't have a son, and the importance of the investigation into Eric's death as opposed to any subsequent drug investigations that Ms. Lauber was involved in.
Defense counsel also picked the words from Carmen Lauber, "Can you guys write it down and I will sign it?" What was that context?
We were trying to get Carmen to complete a written statement to go along with the scattered information that we had been receiving through our interview process, so that we could establish a more chronological timeline. So,
No,
this.
Your Honor.
Are, as ruled on by the court.
The point is
on the
that,
record,
lady, it's
is
not going to matter
admitted.
whether Carmen says, "I sold her Roxy's. I never sold her fentanyl." It is obvious, whether she knew it or not, it was an illicit street drug. And Eric did not have any oxy in his body, so that would show they were 100% fentanyl. So that's what I'm saying. Do you understand? It doesn't matter if Carmen says, "I never sold fentanyl," because they were disguised as something else.
Your Honor, can I just make 8-58, D for demonstrative, R for redacted, DR.
8-58DR.
That's because he didn't deserve it. Like, it's just not me. Like, I can tell you, yes, I affected people's life by selling dope.
Right.
Okay, I affected my own life by doing dope.
What I'm
But
getting at,
no, whether it was intentionally, whether he had a back problem, or whether he was hurt, I don't know.
Mhm.
But either way, if it was done purposely, he didn't deserve that.
Okay,
But
totally
I don't
agreed.
know that for sure because I don't know their personal situation.
Totally agreed.
So I would never do that ever to anybody.
I'm saying that we're gonna need you to really settle down and maybe even take a
I'm
pad and paper
Even if I get
and try to write
out
out
tomorrow,
some
whatever, if we
details.
meet again, I can go through
Well, we're gonna
whatever.
talk about that too.
If I need to go through whatever I need to go through and figure it out.
But you know what I'm saying, these details that you're giving us are kinda hazy.
That's because it's to me.
And it's common for people to try to kind of minimize their own involvement, but we're not interested in smacking you with this. But this, at the end of the day, it was the reason we're here. This is a
Like, I don't know if I
this
should
is
reach
a
out to
homicide
Susan Kohler and
investigation.
say, hey, do you know about approximately the time when I got those pills from you? I don't know if she's going to.
Probably not a good idea. But I'm just saying, we're gonna need you to kind of settle down and think about details and timelines. Because we understand that you weren't a part of, conspiring with
Yeah.
Kouri. That the details about everything we've been talking about are gonna be important.
Right.
The homicide investigation.
Oh, that's not good word.
Yeah, it is.
That is.
It's something that like none of us are used to, right? We don't do it that often. It's pretty crazy for us too.
Yeah.
Not just you to think about, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, right now, we're in a good place to where we've got the information that we were hoping you had and needed from you, right? But there's a difference between us knowing and understanding what happened and us being able to present that to prosecutors who have to present it to a courtroom, who have to present it to a jury, right? That has to be way more detailed down the line the further it gets into the system and the process.
Right.
Okay, so that's what we need your help with at this point, is nailing down all those details. And like Eric said, if that means we have you fill out something in writing and, oh shoot, that's not how it happened, scratch it out, rewrite it, whatever you need to do, right? Write down something as far as you remember it right now, and then we can work on the details as we continue to talk about it, as we check phone records, as we, do all of our part, our side to corroborate what you're saying, right? And I think a good starting point for that is a written statement. For you to sit down and write out what you told us in the best order that you can remember. with
And my
details.
favorite now, everything I just told you, I probably wouldn't remember what order I just told you in.
It's okay, and that's fine, because you know what, we want to make sure we get the right story. And so the way you're remembering it is all you can give us. You can't make something up that you don't remember, right?
Right.
So just tell us what
That's
you
why
remember.
I can't remember.
Even if it's like, I remember it was cold
remember.
outside, I remember there was.
Like I said, I
on the ground.
remember there was, because it was very light snow, like I said. It wasn't something that I had to wear boots in or anything.
When does the time change now? When did we go? March?
or April.
Is it March 15th?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
It was dark, because I had to pull, because I didn't even know where this house was. So I had to use Google
so what
Maps.
time of the day was it? I mean, if it was dark.
It was towards the
5:30.
evening.
So afternoonish evening?
No. It was darker because I had to use the light on the car.
To see the fire pit or.
So I had to pull into the driveway and pull the light onto the fire pit. So,
Gotcha.
okay, let's say this is the house. And if I'm coming that way, and I know I turned right, came down the street, it was right there, and I pulled into the driveway, the slant, and there was just it wasn't a big fire pit, like, it was a tiny fire pit. It wasn't like, probably, those white cinder blocks, not cinder blocks, but the white flat rocks that people build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't big. It wasn't a big, deep one.
The shallow one.
Real, yeah. Like, I want to say there was like maybe 2 or 3 on top, and that was it. It wasn't even a complete one.
And what was the money packaged in? Didn't just leave it loose? Did it have rubber band around it? Was it in a bag? Envelope? Was Was the envelope marked with like a bank or just like a plain white envelope?
Just a plain white one, I believe. It didn't have nobody's name, didn't have nothing on it. It was just up against, like in the front of it again. Like that, so.
So I have a question, thinking about all your communications with Kouri. Do you know
Hannah,
how
can we
text
pause it for
messages
just
say
one
you-
moment?
Sure.
Ms. Lewis, if you'd approach.
I have no idea.
Like,
You guys have all my phones, don't you?
like, did you erase?
I mean, that's what I was told. You guys-
That's why I asked you about them being deleted, because
I don't know,
you
we'll
can see on your
see. I
phone.
mean, you guys.
Well, I think that's a fair question, Carmen, and we're getting down to the brass tacks of this, and so I feel like we owe it to you to kind of start talking to you about what we do know. What we do know is within a day or two after Eric dying, you got a new phone. Okay?
I think that's because that one died.
Possibly. We also know that there are texts between you and Kouri that were deleted. I get it, I delete them too. Again, we're not looking to put new charges on
Right.
you. But we're getting down to that area, we're gonna need to be more open and honest with each other, because there's things that we're talking to you about that conflict with some evidence that we have to an extent. And again, I'm not here to beat you over the head with it. As a cooperating witness, that information is actually really good for you. And frankly, is now a good time to kind of talk to her about the conversation I had with Kay. So, here's where it's at with McKay and your drug court, okay? They are looking for, and it's gonna be upsetting, but let me finish. They're looking to pull your drug court deal and ask for 7 years on your 2 first. 5 years for the one felony, and then a 40% portion for the second, for 7 years. The only exception to that, and the only thing that they're willing to kind of help you out with, is if you can help us out with this.
And by so, he means like, give us the details that will ensure Kouri gets convicted of murder.
They're not asking her to lie, B-Lady. They're asking her to snitch. They're asking her to become a state's witness, to turn the evidence in, to turn on her friend, okay? That's what they're asking. And in return, they're going to not charge her with things that they could charge her for.
Oh my God.
This is a serious case, Carmen, I'm not
That
trying
is
to...
way more of my.
I know, and listen.
Don't freak out, okay, because this is a long process.
And this is a good thing, and this
We're
is
here to
good
help
news
you.
for you. So there's one more consideration that McKay has. Do you need a minute?
No, go.
And this is kind of funny because,
It's nothing funny
well,
about
the
it.
second part is, it looks like you guys figured out how and when people were gonna test, looking at your text messages, you and Bon Savage.
We just know it's
And that's
a
fucking
week.
awesome. I wanna know how you did it. Are you tracking with me, what I'm saying?
I'm
We-
catching what you're throwing, believe me.
We need hard details. There's no more
I'm
stir
going
around
to
it.
do whatever, because I've struggled so hard to get me where I'm at.
That's great motivation.
And I literally want to complete drug court, and I want to move out of state. I want to leave all this behind,
Well, that's the only way you get
my
people out of
past.
your life.
Like, I don't want no ties with nobody. I want to change my phone number. Me and Troy were talking about it. Like, completion of drug court, my
Mr. Las
sister
Vegas, Troy.
don't call him. Yeah, I told him you call him that, he laughed. I said, you know, you're known as Mr. Vegas.
I think that's what you need to do, Carmen.
I
think you need to
like, even my daughter's
get
on
out of
board.
here and start over.
And he's an amazing person. Like, I've never had someone that came in my life. Like,
That's a good thing.
I'm willing, like, day of graduation, I want to be gone. Like, I want to leave Heidi's house. I want no talk to nobody in my life. I don't.
We have some hurdles here.
And that's why I said, I no longer want to work for the Corys. Doreen, sorry, Doreen Corey. I don't want, I want to do what I can help do, what needs to be done to fix this.
B-Lady, that's not new. It's some kind of a horse tranquilizer, and it's been in this country. It's been showing up in stuff probably since, I don't know, at least 10 years, maybe 2018, 2017. Yeah, that was one of the dangerous things. It wasn't just fentanyl. It was a horse tranquilizer, and the horse tranquilizer does not respond to Narcan. So if somebody ODs on that, you're not going to bring them back with Narcan. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really very deadly things put in drugs, and that's why it has to be stressed on kids. It can be one pill, one time, and that can be it.
Well, I feel like that as you were telling us that, you know, there was some talk about, can you get what MJ had, and it was kind of very superficial. Can you retell that story with all the detail you can remember?
I really can't, like, I don't even know if it was, because like I said, I can barely remember some of it because it was so long ago.
Not really, B-Lady, in the sense that both do the exact same thing.
But I want to say it was Michael Jackson, and like I said, I
So tell me how that conversation would be structured. She sends you a text, and she tells you.
I want to say maybe she did say that.
She says, "Can you?"
No. The horse tranquilizer is not the zombie drug. You're thinking of bath salts.
Yes.
She said it first to Michael Jackson, and that I know because
And so tell me how that would have been said. Because I didn't know Michael Jackson died of.
I didn't know he did either. Like I said,
I knew it was a drug overdose, but like not specifically fentanyl.
Was it?
You didn't say. I just looked it up.
Look it up because I'm curious too. But
So the thought was in.
The zombie drug, the ones that made people eat things, those were bath salts, not the horse tranquilizer.
Insinuated that she wanted you to get something that somebody could die from.
I know one thing that when we got one, it wasn't dark enough. I don't even know how fentanyl really goes.
So there was several transactions.
There was one.
Okay, now we're even somewhere.
I could see it in your face.
Several transactions.
So I wanted, it's so confusing, but okay. So I want to say when she asked, but like I said, oh, I can't remember when you think.
We'll give you all the time in the world that you need to think and remember, Carmen,
But it's
I
so
just want you,
far,
I want you to know that if you're gonna work with us here, in
It
order
would
for
be
you
so
to be
easy if you
credible.
had like pieces that we can, like blueprint.
Here's
yeah.
the biggest piece.
I don't want to be that big piece.
Well,
Bath
the
salts
good
are
news is
very
that big
old,
piece helps
Whitey.
you out
And that's
tremendously.
what, that's
Don't
what.
you remember the guy that ate the people
I
in
love
Florida?
it. He was a damn good dude and he didn't deserve it. It was done intentionally, he did not deserve it.
We believe you, and that's why we're here working on what you're.
Okay, I'm going to go through this because, but you see, I want to put the facts out there. They are not telling her to lie. They are telling her to tell the truth. It's very different things. Yeah.
Of getting immunity.
Correct.
There's one more statement that defense counsel picked out. That was that Detective Maynard said, "The goal is to convict Kouri of aggravated murder." Do you recall the context for that statement?
Yes. Detective Maynard was speaking with Carmen about the possibility of having to appear before a grand jury. And he again was explaining to her that process and how that works and the details that they needed for that court hearing as well as an investigation, and he was trying to convey to her the level of detail that they needed.
Scott, can I get Exhibit 8-62 Delta Romeo, please? Is this an accurate depiction of the May 12th, 2023 interview?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to publish 8-62DR.
Previous objections, Your Honor. that have been ruled on.
Here's the thing, you've cooperated. At the end of the day, everybody is on the same page with, the goal is to convict Kouri for an aggravated murder. These parallel drug investigations, those aren't priority.
Right,
That shit goes on every day, everywhere. That's not what we're here for.
right. I was just thinking though, that made it.
Well, that's why I had to clear this up, because I'm not gonna, give you an empty promise that
Right.
if it's bullshit, I'm not gonna say it.
So do I have to go down there Wednesday?
So yes, that's something totally different than all of this. That is basically formalizing your testimony. This is street cop level in an interview room, right? That's where it's formalized with the grand jury.
But then they can't come back on me, right?
No, they're not gonna charge you.
With nothing?
No.
Okay.
Detective, did you arrest Kouri Richins on May the 8th, 2023 pursuant to an arrest warrant?
Yes, I did.
That same day, did detectives execute a search warrant on the Willow Court home?
Yes, the Richins home.
Were Kouri Richins and her sons living at the home at that time?
They were living there, but we planned the execution of our search warrant intentionally to avoid the boys being home, so we waited till after they went to school.
When detectives executed that warrant, did they recover an orange notebook from a nightstand in the
The orange
master bedroom
notebook,
on
here we
Kouri Richins' side of the bed?
Yes.
Scott Exhibit 2-66, please. Can you just scroll through that real quick?
Renew all our previous objections.
Or is it published?
Okay, it says, let me just stop it for a minute. Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. The day started out as a typical day. Ashton had a dentist appointment that morning to get a filling put in for his cavity. After the dentist, we headed back home so Ashton could stay home with Weston, a Bailey, while I went to do my weekly volunteering at the school. That afternoon/evening, I made dinner. We all ate as usual and ended the night like any other evening. Around 8:30, I read the kids' books, and about 9, they all climbed into bed. Eric had been on his phone most of the evening in a texting war with a hunting guide from Mexico and a few other people, trying to get his horns back to the U.S. Around 9:15, he was screaming mad at these guys and threw his phone. At that point, he said, "Let's go have a celebration drink." The following day, I was closing on a huge investment home in Midway. I had been working on this deal for 4 months, and closing day was finally here, and Eric and I were going to toast for the closing. We went into the kitchen, both started grabbing ingredients for a Moscow Mule and a lemon drop shot. He was going on and on about these guys in Mexico and was so mad about the entire situation. We finished talking, made our way back to our room and brushed our teeth. As we both climbed into bed, we could hear Ashton moaning and tossing and turning. He was having nightmares again. I told Eric I would go sleep with him and try to calm him down. We kissed said I love you and good night, and I went to Ashton's room and laid with him. 30 minutes later, I could hear Eric snoring, and I finally fell asleep. Okay. This story has been told so many different ways. When I first heard it, when this first happened, it said that she made the drinks, brought them to the room, and they had a toast, and he drank it in bed. And then she started saying they drank it in the kitchen, and the empty cups were in the kitchen sink. Now in this thing, they're making it in the kitchen. They brought it to the bedroom. March 4th, 2022. What is up with this? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. 3:20 a.m. Okay, it says, I woke up from sleeping with Ashton and went to crawl back in my bed. It was dark and awkwardly quiet. Eric snores more times than not, so I thought it was weird. I didn't hear anything. I crawled into bed and went on Eric's side of the bed and put my arm over him. He was cold, very cold, so I pulled the blanket up on him, but his body just felt so strange to me. It was heavy, is the only word I can think to describe it. So I nudged him and said, Eric, Eric, nothing. I kept nudging him and just remember the stiffness of his body. I jumped out of bed and ran and turned the lights on. He was pale/yellow, mouth open. An urge came over me that this wasn't good. I grabbed my phone and called 911. I ran up to Eric to see if he was breathing or had a pulse, but he didn't. Panic had sunk in as I was talking to dispatch. She had me pull Eric to the floor to do CPR. As much as I didn't want him basically falling on the ground, I pulled him as hard as I could to get him down and began CPR compressions until the EMT arrived. Then immediately took over, getting out the fibrillator and started compressions. The worst part of it all was when they were pumping his lungs and blood went everywhere. It's like on replay in my head. Going to bed? I love you. All right. And it went, and it won't go away. And it won't. That's what she got. Go away. I began screaming at the EMTs that they weren't doing it right. He shouldn't be bleeding. How would I really know what is right and what is wrong? I have no idea. I screamed, cried, and just sat in the corner of the room by my dresser, rocking back and forth, hoping and praying this was a dream, fading in and out of the moment, hoping to go back to the night. She doesn't put that the kids came in. Remember, one of the kids came in when she was on the phone, she said? I don't understand how those kids just stayed in that room. They sound like they were terrified of her. Hold on. Hoping to go back to the night before where we were laughing and kissing and saying goodnight. The EMT finally asked me to leave the room. He could see I was visibly upset and couldn't function. He took me to the living room and had me sit down. I couldn't. I paced back and forth, until an officer came out and asked if there was someone I would like to call. I called my mom back to back until she finally picked up. I told her to come quick. The ambulance was here. Something is wrong with Eric. I was upset and crying still. I hung up and still paced back and forth until I finally just dropped to my knees praying this wasn't happening. At this point, the head EMT walked in to tell me he didn't make it. We did all we could. I lost it. I immediately ran to the bathroom and began throwing up. During all of this, my kids had woken up, and I had quickly yelled for them to stay in their room. They knew something was up. They saw the ambulances and cop cars for what had seemed hours at this point. I could feel their fear through the waves, but through the waves, I think she means, but yet didn't have the courage to dare see them or talk to them at this point. I was curled up around the toilet while my mom walked in with the EMT lady. I could tell she had no words and just rubbed my back. She already knew he was gone. The EMT told her. I was distraught. So was she. We couldn't even speak. She just started to say, what happened, but I had no answer for her. I have no idea. I love you. Good night. I went and slept with Ashton, and that was it. Just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. I told the EMTs I needed to call my father-in-law. They found my phone for me, and I did. Just said something was wrong with Eric. He needed to come over quick. I told him the ambulance was there, but he wasn't breathing. The odd thing about it is when I called Gene, it was about 3:45, 4 a.m. by this time, and he had sounded so perky on the hello when he answered, almost like he was expecting my call. It was very strange. And then she has March 7th, March 12th, picked up the truck. Cody cleared out the garage. March 14th, Cody took computers. March 4th, Eric passes away. March 5th, friends, Bryce, Chelsea, Alec, Bree, Ronnie, Amy, sleep over, have a few drinks and reminisce. We laughed, we cried, we danced all night. Earlier in the afternoon, Katie mentioned a green folder and asked if I knew where it was. I mentioned I didn't know what she was talking about. She quickly changed the subject and said we would figure this out. March 6th, I called the locksmith to open the safe to look for the green folder Katie was talking about. The safe code had been changed and I couldn't open it. Bryce, Amy, Chelsea, Allie, Bree, Ronnie slept over. Amy tried to stop me from opening it and the cops were called. March 8th. Met with funeral home. Sign something. March 11th, funeral. March 22nd, Kouri stops counseling. She writes in the third person about herself in the third person. March 26th, boys started counseling. Oh, she started counseling. I'm sorry. She looked like stops. April 11th, Detective Woody called and asked to talk to me on the 12th or the 13th. Sky, that's her other lawyer, told me to tell her the 14th. April 13th, search warrant on the house. March 28th, filed first complaint against the trust for the house. May 3rd, filed for partial summary judgment on C&E. January 10th, Woody calls Shells in for an interview. January 12th, Shells goes in for an interview, is lied to that she was the last person I talked to at 11 p.m. Shells checks phone records. We never spoke that night. January 13th, Jim drives red truck for oil change. Cody finds out and goes to get it. July 17th, 2022. Find out about the private investigator. He was outside at my neighbor's while Carter's 10th birthday party was happening. September 7th, Amy driving by the house trying to take pictures. November 22nd, Katie files a motion to bring the boys in on case. November 30th, first court hearing. Katie and Amy would not turn on cameras. Judge reschedules court for March 2nd to determine if kids need to be involved and if the private eye has to follow subpoena. I don't know what she's her handwriting is atrocious. And give us all his info. Follow subpoena. November 7th, Amy has served a subpoena. January 3rd, Mike Malmrose gets interviewed. November 23rd, I find out Eric had been consulting a divorce attorney.
Detective O'Driscoll did, detectives also execute a search warrant at the Willow Court home on November the 7th, 2024.
Yes.
Scott, Exhibit 2-65, please. Is this an accurate depiction of a document recovered from the kitchen cabinet of the home pursuant to that search warrant?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-65.
No objection.
2-65 is admitted.
Eric, home, 6 to 6:30, fighting with Mexican, drink in bed. He drank half, brushed his teeth. I was in bed after I brushed mine. Talked through the doorway. Moscow mules, lemon, water, vodka, something, him. March 21st, gone. January to March 21st, gone. Funeral, didn't have my phone. Kids bed around 9, drink around 9, in bed around 9:30, 9:45. I laid down, instant heard Ashton, went in, came back at 3, mom came.
Did Kouri and Eric Richins exchange text messages regarding the Midway mansion?
Yes. I believe those were located on Eric's phone.
Scott, Exhibit 2-17D, please. January 5th, 2022, text exchange between Kouri and Eric Richins.
Yes, and the green bubbles are Eric, and the blue bubbles are Miss Richins.
Anna, can we have just one moment, please?
Oh my gosh. One moment, please, right? Okay, green is Eric. There's a guy down here that is going to buy the sheep tag from Todd next year, and he tried to get the tag for me today, and I said I was crazy for not shooting this ram we saw. He wasn't even that big. How much more money you got, bro? I'll sell it for $15K. Hey, while you're sitting there doing nothing, need your opinions. I know this may change with Jeff said, but for now, I have to put together an analysis for Matt, which is what I'm doing now, because he has an investor that is thinking he will come in at the full 2.9. I need estimated cost on the following: exterior work, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, flooring, painting, sheetrock, pool, miscellaneous equipment, VR and golf, tile, cabinets, appliances, yada, yada, yada. I have no idea, Eric says. I would be way off just trying to guess. It's bedtime. Why are you still up, he says. I need to have this done. He has a meeting with him tomorrow. Well, I think it will come out to about $6 million. OMG. Ha. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. To fix all the rotted plywood and everything else, $125K. Exterior work, $650K. HVAC, $200K. Plumbing, $200K. Electrical, $200K. Flooring, $250K. Painting, $150K. Sheetrock, $150K. Pool, $300K. Miscellaneous climbing wall, basketball court, golf simulator, $600K. Tile, $125K. Cabinets, $150. appliances, 100K, light fixtures, 50K, finish work, 200K, landscaping, driveway, and pulling sewer, 750K. Not sure what that adds up to, but that's my best guess. Thank you, kind sir. That's what I needed. Go to bed. Love you, she says. Love you, good night. And 250K more in the driveway and landscape, add 250K more. Okay, cool, done. 4,450,000. Still not bad, all in 7.35. Sell for 14 million to be safe. Yeah, but I bet I'm low on a bunch of things, and remember how we don't have time for another project, for this project, to do this project. That's fine. He said he knows it's a guess for now. No, we're not doing it, but Matt doesn't finance anything without an analysis to give investors. They want to see some sort of numbers.
Scott 2-37D, please. Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a March 2nd, 2022 text message between Kouri and Eric Richins?
Yes, that's correct.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit.
No objection.
You want to grab lunch today with a celebratory shot? She says, ugh, I can't. Celebration shot tonight. I got to go do all this final paperwork this morning because everyone is funding tomorrow, and then I promised Virginia I would go on a walk with her 1 to 2 because we didn't have time to do it yesterday. Okay, love ya, he says. Love you.
I want to turn now to some other text messages. Scott 2-71R, please. And her brother, DJ Kouri.
Did Eric ever talk about taking his own life? Not taking his life specifically. He would always say things like, if anything ever happened to me, you guys will be set for life. Like
Thanks, Scott.
when he would go hunting and
Can
stuff.
I get
Snowmobiling.
2-72R? Please, and her mother, Lisa Darden.
The date I'm seeing is May 3rd.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 5-72R.
No objection.
5-72R is admitted.
Okay, cool.
5 or 2,
Hayden,
I'm sorry.
who's
Sorry,
that
2.
guy? He worked for us? Yes. That's weird, but I hardly ever
2-72R,
know
yes.
him. I helped him with the business license
Sorry
and
about
get insurance. Another one wanting 15 minutes of fame. Oh, huh.
Detective, I'd like to turn now to some phone calls. Scott, can I get 2-76 and 2-76T?
One sec.
No. and publish 2-76 and 2-76T.
If we could just have the instruction on the,
Bring this, it's made by.
Picked up the sandwiches from the diner.
Are you asking me that?
Yes,
Oh, I did.
I thought so. Okay, that's enough of that. Ronnie said, no, no. I said, Ronnie, yes. And there was something about a love letter put on the seat of his truck with the sandwiches. I said, I don't think so, Ronnie. I never heard that. I said, I believe they were eating in the office. Yeah, supposedly
Yes.
you put a love letter on the seat of his truck with the sandwiches.
No.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the office?
Yeah. So it's just bullshit. Yeah. He became deathly ill.
Well, Bailey was there. Like,
And that's what I put. Yep. That's what I put.
God, they can come up with some wild shit. I told DJ, I was like, what do these people do? Just sit around a damn table and see who can come up with the craziest fucking story
Well, you know,
that makes sense to them?
Same
Yeah,
with
so
the-
they're saying I put a love note on a poisoned sandwich and put it in his car? What the hell?
Yes.
God, what kind of psycho? Like, here's a poisoned sandwich I give you. Here's a love note. On Valentine's Day.
Look at her laughing.
What the fuck?
Mom, just his
I
truck.
mean, huh?
On the seat of his truck is what it said.
Look at her smug face.
What in the hell? Oh my God, they are nuts. And they're gonna feel so stupid, and that's the thing, I feel like all of America, really. When people get up to actually testify and say, no, that is a lie, that did not happen. I was there. You can't compete with somebody who was actually there on your beliefs.
Right.
You know, so I'm just like, you know, and the stupid part is the freaking detectives, so Driscoll, all those idiots, they know this.
No, she just called him an
When they were at
idiot.
my house, I told them this.
But there again, when you have
through anyway. And I almost
Okay.
wonder if they didn't tell the prosecutor.
So they're
that part.
saying it was on, they're saying just a few days later, Valentine's Day, Kouri made Eric a sandwich and placed it on the seat of his truck along with the supposed love note.
Oh my gosh, what the hell?
And then the next question is, when Eric ate the sandwich, he immediately broke out in hives, had trouble breathing. He later told his friend he thought Kouri tried to poison him.
They are
It is so
ridiculous.
fucking sad that you would go to this lie. And Austin was right. I did go back and look where they do start with, I believe. Well, I'm going to have a whole bunch of I believe today when Rick calls me.
Well, exactly.
Just-
And that's what I was like, well, if you believe, then I believe this.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous.
So Ronnie said, when are you calling him? And I said, I'm not. He's supposed to call me today. I said, and then I want my questions answered. I believe. I'll show you, I believe. And he just sent me a text and asked me when I'm free today. But just sure as I say, go ahead and call. Ronnie's going to call back and we're not done.
She'll show you she believes.
Scott, can I please get 2-77 and 2-77T? Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a transcript of a second August 22nd, 2023 phone call between Kouri Richins and this time her brother, Ronnie, regarding Valentine's Day 2022?
Could Scott scroll through a couple of the pages just so I can verify?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-77 and 2-77T.
Same instruction, Your Honor, but no objection.
As with the last audio recording and transcript, you may consider Kouri Richins' half of this conversation for the truth of the matter. You may not consider the statements made by people that are not Kouri Richins for the truth of the matter of what they say. You may only consider those people's statements for the effect they had upon Kouri Richins as the listener. The 2-77 and 2-77T are admitted.
Erica's sandwich and put a love note on it, and the sandwich was poison.
Oh my God, I know. Like, no, the fuck, that did not happen. I was like, nope, that didn't happen. Here's what happened. Manny can testify. That's who fucking lived there. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's not at all what happened. Where the fuck are you getting this bullshit?
Yeah, and like I even like have like my bank statement and stuff showing that I bought lunch at Mirror Lake. Like I didn't make any fucking.
Yeah, I know. I was like, no. I was like, no. These sandwiches are bought from a restaurant from a diner up the road. Receipts to prove it. This shit didn't happen. They're working in the office, and Manny's there to testify that all of this is true, and everything they just said is complete horseshit.
Detective, are you familiar with what is known as the walk the dog letter?
Yes, I am.
Scott, exhibit 2-86R, please. If you could scroll through that for the detective. September the 14th, 2023, from a book that was among Kouri Richins' personal possessions.
Pause for 1 moment.
Your Honor, I object. I think there needs to be a foundation laid of
Question.
Is this an accurate depiction of a 6-page letter to Lisa Darden written on either September the 12th or 13th, 2023, that investigators recovered on September the 14th, 2023, from a book that was among Kouri Richins' personal possessions?
This is that letter. It has redactions, but yes, this is that letter.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-86R.
just renew the previous objections the court's already ruled upon.
Okay. 2-86R is admitted and published.
Detective O'Driscoll, can you please, starting at the top where it says page 1, read this letter aloud?
Page 1, walk the dog, but take vague notes so you remember. Here is what I'm thinking, but you have to talk to Ronnie. He would probably have to testify to this, but it's super short, not a lot to it. He will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week. Upon information and belief, just like they say, a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and Eric and Ronnie were chatting about Eric's Mexico trips. Eric told Ronnie he gets pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico from the workers at the ranch. Not to tell me because I would get mad, because I always said he just gets high every night and won't help take care of the kids. There are pictures in my phone of Eric passed out on the floor or in the chair. Ronnie should have texts from Eric talking about getting high as well. Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck, so I wouldn't find them. Ronnie never told me about the conversation. Eric finally told me and asked if Carmen could get him some. Eric never wanted anyone to know he had an issue, especially get caught. He always wanted Kouri to go down for him. When they traveled, Eric would put his drugs in Kouri's bag at the airlines right before they boarded. That way, if they were caught, Kouri got in trouble, not him. Once they got to wherever they were going, Eric would pull the drugs out of her bag and it would cause a huge fight. She was pissed he would risk her going to jail for his drug use. He just would laugh about it. Eric couldn't ruin his image that he had drug issues, so he would do whatever he had to. Kouri has never done any type of pills, didn't like them. Rarely would she consume THC, only if Eric begged her because it was a special occasion.
That's a lie.
Reword this however he needs to make the point. Just include it all. The connection has to be made with Mexico and drugs. Ronnie will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. It can be short and to the point, but has to be done. Upon information and belief, LOL. They never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house because he hid it in allergy bottle in work truck, and Cody emptied out work truck within a week, so they were never found. When you talk to Ronnie about this, meet up with him in person. I worry sometimes your house and phone are bugged. Maybe drive down to SL and meet him after work without Bree. Tell Ronnie don't overanalyze it. It was a quick 2-minute conversation, LOL. Tell him I need him to do this. Bring me home and then we will get those damn bitches. Also, please text Lotto or call. Tell him do not text me anything about us doing things together ever, like church, skiing, trips, nothing that puts us together. It doesn't look good. We're so close to the end, let's push through. Have the conversation with Ronnie before he meets with Sky. Then tell him to tell Sky at the meeting about the conversation. Hang in there, we're almost there. Love you to the moon. Take vague notes of all this so you remember before you walk the dog.
Detective, does Sky in that letter refer to Sky Lazaro, Kouri Richins, former defense counsel?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let's jump right back into that letter since we're on it, while it's fresh on our memory. It's Exhibit 286 for the record.
You want me to put it back up?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
There you go.
Thank you so much. All right, so this letter that you just read aloud, do you know the date that it was written?
I believe it was September either 12th or 13th.
Okay. And in this letter, the very beginning letter tells, I guess if it's her mother that she's addressing it to, if that's what you say, that to remind Ronnie to tell Sky this story, correct?
Well, what part are you referencing?
The story about what Eric told him about getting fentanyl from Mexico.
There is a part that says, tell Sky at the meeting next week.
Okay, so it looks like there's about to be a meeting with her lawyer, Sky, right?
I have no idea if that happened or if that was about to happen.
Okay, well, that's what it says.
It says at the meeting next
Okay.
week.
All right, so there's a meeting coming up with the lawyer, and Kouri is relaying something that Ronnie had known from the past, and something that occurred between him and Eric in the past, right? When they were watching a football game.
You pause for a moment. Go ahead, Mr.
Objection, Your Honor, foundation.
Assistant.
Now,
Okay.
where she's going with this, okay, is that now she's going to say, did you check Ronnie's phone? Did you check for these messages? Did you have Ronnie come in and give an interview? They kind of messed up there. They did. I mean, the defense has some points here, okay? But in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a bag of beans of difference, because the way this letter is written is so bad. Hi, Addie's Realty. How are y'all? Hey, y'all. Hey, you all. So it's not going to make, I don't believe, any difference in this. Let me put up that poll while we're here about her guilt or innocence, because our polls have been pretty consistent. Let me see here. Okay, so let me start that. I'm going to fast forward through this. This is.
Let's blow Ronnie. Wait, if you could go up just a little bit above that.
Wait for the answer.
Wait, before I,
Okay.
let me rephrase. Katie, if you could go back up to he will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week, just start right there and then highlight. A year out is,
Re-ask it again.
Sure. One more time, Ms. Nestor.
in the letter, because you said you weren't sure, so we're looking right at the letter. In the letter, she says at a meeting with Sky next week, and she talks about Ronnie telling a story about a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie being over watching football one Sunday and talking to him about his trips to Mexico, right?
That's what the document says.
Okay. As the chief investigator of this case, did you ever go to Ronnie and say, hey, did this happen?
I believe investigators reached out to Ronnie. I don't think it was me, but I believe one of the other investigators reached out to Ronnie for interview and were not able to talk to him.
So the answer is you were never able to confirm or deny with Ronnie whether this actually happened.
I was not.
Okay, let's go to the next page. Then she tells a story about Eric putting drugs in her bag at the airlines right before they board. You see that? Can you highlight it, please, Katie? Now that story has been verified by Allie Staking, her friend that testified before this jury, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, foundation.
Have you been sitting in this?
The objection's overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is that right?
Could you rephrase the question?
That story about Eric putting drugs in Kouri's bag when they would travel and causing a fight was verified in this courtroom by Allie Staking under oath. Is that correct?
I listened to Ms. Staking's testimony. She told of one incident when that happened.
Okay.
This says Eric would, as if it happened multiple times, so I don't know. I just know what I heard Ms. Staking testify to.
Did you ever ask
that
any of
smug
Kouri's
face.
friends or family if they knew of situations
Look at
where
that
it had happened
smug
before?
face.
Where what had happened before.
Where Eric had put drugs in Kouri's luggage when they traveled?
I don't recall asking that specific question, but I think I heard about it coming up. I don't remember who the conversation was with, but I think I had heard something to this effect before.
Okay.
Was it involving a
So-
trip to Mexico?
Not specific.
So she goes on this. We'll watch the rest of this tomorrow, the cross-examination tomorrow. We're going to be at 10:20. I want to go turn now to Kyleah. to Kyleah and watch the remaining interviews there, especially Kyleah's interview. Okay? So we're going to switch. We're going to pivot. We're off Kouri. You can answer that poll. And let's get on to... Let me get this off the screen. Bye-bye. My Zoom ended. Let me turn my Zoom back on. Ouch. Okay, zoom. All right, let me get Kyleah. Kyleah's probably going to listen to the friend first. Let me see here. Okay, where were we? Where's my glasses? Let me see here. Who's this? Let's see. Oh, hang on a minute. Oopsie. Hold on, I gotta put this in my program because I can change the volume in there. So hang on. Add my media. Okay. Let's see who this is, right?
Of a play date soon. And I was like, yeah. And like that was like our communication. And that was like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But that would have been still the time of them being malnourished. So like, I don't understand how she could text me that.
Hold on, that didn't start at the beginning.
Okay, now we're recording, alright?
Okay.
And you said, I'm sorry, you said you go by Sophie or Sophia?
Either one. My dad
is
calls
Sophie.
me Sophie, my mom calls me Sophia.
What do your friends call you?
Sophie.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll call you Sophie, okay, Sophie?
Sure.
Alright, so let's sit over here just because the table's right here, a little bit easier for me to put everything into. Okay, Sophie, so first and foremost, you know why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of Kyleah.
Yeah. Are you aware of the situations regarding her?
I think.
Her kills at this point?
Well, yeah, I'm in contact with her mom.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. What all do you know now?
I know is gone and is doing better than before because she's at Seattle Children's Hospital, and she was like 15 pounds or something when they found her. I don't really know my but I know because of the mom and the dad. Like, well, not Kyleah, but the grandparents, Kyleah's parents, Blair and I don't know the dad's name.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, Sophie, I want to thank you for coming here. You know, like I said, I'm not sure how close you were to Leah and her kids, but I'm sure, you know, you hearing about it has got to be rough, you know. So, thank you for being here. So the reason why you're here is because your name was brought up, and I know, it's okay. Take it.
Sherry's just a baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Take all the time you need, okay?
Kyleah was like my best friend for so long, so it's really hard to think that she would actually do that. You know what I mean?
It's okay. Take all the time that you need, okay?
Do you know how long they were actually like left in the house, like alone?
I don't. So all that is still under investigation, Sophie, and I think some things are probably best to be up for you. You know what I mean? Like that's for us to kind of find out. I mean, right now it's unfortunate. You know, Jerry is has passed. You know, but 2-year-old. You said her name was.
Oh, I forgot to raise the volume on this. Hold on a minute. That's the whole reason I have it in this.
So we're praying for your fast recovery. So Sophie, you mentioned that you is it Kyleah? Kyleah. All right. I think we're all.
I don't really care.
Kyleah, I think we're all pronouncing it differently back here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So you and Kyleah, you said you guys were best friends.
Let me just raise this volume.
Okay.
Like, so we were on and again, off again for so long because we would fight about little things, big things. The last time we fought was because she had a boyfriend that was underage, and I said, "You're a pedophile, Kyleah." And I was a joke, but he was 17 and she was turning 20 and he was turning 18 like the month after. So it wasn't like the weirdest thing, but I was joking with her, calling her a pedophile, and she was like, "I'm not going to be your friend anymore." So we stopped being friends, and this was back in November or so. And then we randomly in January reconnected. Because I posted a TikTok, and it was like, how am I supposed to tell my baby, like if I ever have a kid, like this is my first kid? Because I was there when Kyleah was pregnant. I was there when Kyleah gave birth. I was there when, you know, I mean, like the baby was. I have pictures of her when she was baby. Like was my I'm more close with Dixie than I knew because I wasn't really friends with Kyleah. I was friends with her during her pregnancy, and then when she first gave birth, and then I've met like 5 or 6 times after that. I don't know Cherry as well, but Hexie, what was I going on about? Sorry, what was the question? What were we talking about?
I had asked you because you mentioned you said you Kyleah were best friends.
Yes, okay, so we were best friends, but we stopped being best friends because she didn't want to be my friend because she was mad at me for making those jokes, and I wouldn't stop because I thought it was weird that she was dating him, and I wanted her to stop dating him or doing whatever she was, so I kept making those jokes. So she stopped being my friend, but then she messaged me on the TikTok and was like, we'll put everything aside to be their aunt again. I was like, oh my god, that's the best. So I went to their birthday party.
You said this was in July or January?
January. So this is just January.
Just January, okay.
Yeah, so
not too long ago.
Yeah, this was January, and so the first day I saw her was January 25th, because that's Hexita's birthday.
January 25th
Yes.
was the first time you saw her?
Since the last time I saw her.
Which was when?
I don't really know. It was just like the last time we had been friends, so like November. So I saw her January 25th because she invited me to Hexie's birthday, because every year I seem to always crash her birthday, and I'm always invited. So I went to her birthday party, and then I didn't see them for a little bit, and then I saw them again. I'm not sure on the date, but I have a picture of it, so there would be a day. But had a bruise on her nose, like hardcore, and then I asked Kyleah about it, and she said that the daycare gave it to her, and then I took a photo of it because I'm like, if the daycare is giving her a bruise like that, we need proof to be like, this is not okay. Sure. But then when I texted her mom the picture, her mom said when she picked her up hexed up for a daycare, she already had the bruise. So Kyleah lied to me about who gave her the bruise, or like how she got the bruise or where she got it. So I'm wondering how she like what happened. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to find the photo, but
okay.
It looks like she may have just fallen face forward, but I don't know. But because it wouldn't be that weird if she just told me what happened, but what she didn't tell me, she said, oh, she fell at daycare, or she came back like that at daycare. And that's why, at first I never thought it was weird, but then when I texted her mom and she confirmed that, no, she was like that when I picked her up before daycare, then it's like, why is Kyleah lying to me about it? You know what I mean? Like when was this? This was January 31st.
January 31st, okay. And you saw her on January 25th for Hexie's birthday, right?
Yes, and then January 31st was the last time I have seen the girls.
And you saw her, she had that bruising around her eyes.
Hexita.
You said you picked her up from daycare, or?
No, Kyleah picked her up from daycare, and then me and her met at the mall.
Oh, okay.
Because that was our plan for the day. She was going to pick up the girls, and we were going to hang out that day, January 31st. And then I was like, I saw her and I was like, Kyleah, what happened? And she was like, I don't know. She came back from daycare. And I was like, oh, let me get a photo. Because evidence reports, right? That's the thing for daycares?
Yeah.
Right? But she was kind of weird about it, but that's why I sent it to her mom, to Kyleah's mom, Blair. And that's when Blair told me that it was Blair picked up from Kyleah's home in the morning to take her to daycare and already had the bruise.
Gotcha. Where did she go to daycare at the time?
I'm not sure at the time. I think it's around like 8 or something. I think that's before her mom goes to work, so that would be around.
You're just not sure where?
Oh, where? Oh, no, I don't remember. Like they must have told me, but.
Okay. If you do, that'd be great. You know, it's not.
Are you in contact with the mom?
With Blair?
Yeah, Blair.
One of my partners is
Okay.
in contact Blair. We can find that information later too. Okay. But if you are to know, I'm gonna give you my business card before you leave here today, and any
White
information
Angel,
like
it's
that.
the same case we were going over
So
last
obviously
night,
this was
weren't
a
you
concern to
here?
you, right? I mean, you said my case. I mean, based on what I'm hearing, it's,
And the night
you're
before
almost
that,
like
and the
a
night
dog, you were
before
there.
that.
Were your little niece, right? You saw you were there
KYLEAH Tollе.
when Kyleah was pregnant. You were there when she was born. I mean, you know, she's like your family, right? So seeing this bruising around her, I seems like it's apparent that it upset you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, you said that Kyleah was being weird when you were trying to take photos. Can you describe that?
She seemed like she got suspect, like she was kind of like, no, you don't need to, it's okay. That's what she said. She didn't say it's okay, but it was like she didn't want to take a photo. Do you know what I mean? Like, as a parent, like if I was a parent and I had like just her, that was my niece, you know what I mean? I wanted to take a photo. So I was thinking, as her mom, why wouldn't she want to take a photo unless she knew what happened to her? You know what I mean? So, but I like didn't really think about it because I trust Kyleah that she's gonna take care of her kids. Also, they always seem to have diaper rash, and I know it's Kyleah just doesn't change them.
Okay.
Like, and it's just, I don't know, because I get told that she changes them, and then it seems like that they keep coming back with diaper rash. Like, the parents get rid of it, like the grandparents. Like, they keep the girls for a little bit, they'll get rid of it, then Kyleah gets them back, they get diaper rash again. So it means like, it feels like they're not being changed enough.
Okay. Can you share a little bit more about that? I mean,
That's kind of all I know, because when we were at the mall, she didn't bring diapers until we got to the car, but I didn't know that Kyleah, but when I went, I said, can I change Hexada? Because she wasn't going to until she got home. And so I went and changed her, and it looked like she peed like multiple times before I had changed her.
She called
but I
the
didn't
kid
even
Hexagon?
know that she needed to be changed.
so when you guys were at the mall,
The whole time we were at the mall, she never got changed. It was like an hour and a half or two.
Okay. And then after the mall, you said you went back to your house to change?
We were
Hexie,
in the parking lot, like just
okay.
hanging out. Like we were talking in the parking lot, literally just like we were taking the girls. But then I picked up Hexada and her butt was wet, so I went, "Can I change?"
Hexadine?
And she was like, "Yeah." So then she gave me a diaper, and it was like so much pee. There was no poop, but it felt like there was more than just one.
Did she have like pants on? Or
Yeah.
You could feel
The pants were wet.
Okay.
The pants were wet.
Okay.
And then I said, "Do you have another change of clothes?" And she said no, and the shirt and pants were both dirty already, like with food on them.
Okay. And then when you changed the diaper, did you notice a rash?
I noticed her butt and like was a little red, like it was like a little, I guess a rash. I don't know. I don't really know what a diaper rash looks like because I don't have kids, so it's like I just assuming.
Saw some redness. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
redness.
say that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you seen rashes on Hexie before?
Yes. When she first had diaper rash, when she was first years old, when she first became a parent.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was very normal, like, oh, when you're first becoming a parent.
Yeah.
So, but then it's happened. Apparently, her mom said they've come back with the diaper rash multiple times.
Okay. So it sounds like you stay in constant communication with Blair.
I try to,
Okay.
but so before Kyleah got arrested, I never really talked to her because if I talked to Blair and Kyleah found out, she would get mad at me and be like, "You're going behind my back to talk to her," and stuff because she felt like she wanted to take care of them on her own. And so when I went to go talk to her mom, or like
Great job.
not tattle, but like be like, "Hey, what happened?" Like that's why I I don't know.
So before this arrest or a different arrest?
Was she arrested multiple times? I only know about this arrest.
Okay. Yeah, she was arrested, I think, at McDonald's.
Oh.
An unrelated thing, but.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I was just. All right. So I mean, based on what I'm hearing, you do stay, I mean, you do communicate with Blair, but obviously,
Off and on, yeah.
off and on, but Kylie would be upset if she
Yeah.
found out, is that
It's
correct?
more of a, I communicated with Kyleah, but for the past month, or like this February, I didn't. But it was like a, can I see can I see the girls? First they were sick, then they were with their parents, and then when I asked her parents, they said that they were sick the whole time, and then they were with Hexa and Kyleah the whole time. And I thought they were with her parents, so everyone thought that they were.
When did you ask to see the kiddos again?
I've asked to see the kiddos multiple times. I've asked to see them. It's not loading. I know okay, so like last week, I know I texted her and I went, I want just like all caps. And then she was like, yes, we need to set up a play date soon. And I was like, yeah. And like that was like our communication. And that was like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But that would have been still the time of them being malnourished. So like, I don't understand how she could text me that back. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. And she's the one who, she forced her parents to let her keep them over Valentine's weekend. But then she's not taking care of them. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, they're the ones who wanted to take care of the kids, and then she was like, no, I'm gonna take care of them, and then she wasn't, apparently. And like, it's just insane to me. Because, yeah, sorry, I'm going on a rampage.
No, it's okay, it's okay. All this is super helpful, so I mean, whatever information you have, the
Did
better.
you see the photos of the bridge and like the things she sent me? I sent it to a link on something.
I did not know.
Okay, she sent me on Sunday at 9 a.m. Now, it's a dark bridge picture, so it's definitely got a photo from before it happened, or like, you know, but at 9 a.m., this is the stuff she sent me. She sent me this video. Oh my gosh, here's your clip.
I'm just trying to spread negativity.
Her name is Kyleah, and so, like, I don't know why she does that, but then she did that, and then she sent me that bridge, and then I tried calling her, but...
She sent you this bridge here?
Yes. I think it's from Oregon.
And this was when?
Sunday, at 9 a.m., but the photo's probably not from 9 a.m.
Okay.
But this, like...
Same thing with that photo. Here, I'm going to give you my business card now before I forget.
Okay.
If you can, just text it over to my work phone number. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Alright, I appreciate it. You don't have to do it now.
Okay.
Where's that? Okay. Alright, so when's the last time you saw the little ones?
January 31st.
January 31st was the last day you saw them?
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was at the mall?
Yes, that was at the mall.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about it, but her with the bruise was the last time I saw them, and I was like concerned about her, but I didn't really know what to do. I was like, if I thought the daycare,
And about a week or two ago, you said, I want Hexie. And
Yeah.
she commented something to the effect like, oh, for sure, play date.
Yeah.
And that was it.
She was like, yeah, we need to set up something soon.
And
That's what she said.
Following that, you've had conversations with her, like, hey, I want to see them, but she would either tell you they were sick or with grandparents, and the grandparents would tell you that the kiddos were sick as well, but they were with Kyleah the entire time.
Like 2 weeks ago. So on the 31st, she left her vape in my car. I don't vape, so I was like, do you want it back?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yes. And we never set it up to get it back. So then we never set it up to get it back. So then finally, like 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure the day, but 2 weeks ago, I was like, do you want it back? And she's like, yeah. So I drove to her house, and I said, and she was outside already, like looking through her car, and I was like, oh, can I see the girls? And then she said, oh, they're really sick right now. And then I was on the rush to go somewhere, and so then I went, oh, it's okay, I can go see them right now, it's okay if I get sick. And then she goes, they're at their grandparents sick right now.
Hold on, so 2 weeks ago, you drove to her house, drop off the vape. She was already outside looking through her vehicle for something, and then gave her the vape, and then you wanted to see the girls, and she said...
I was in my car still, but I was like, can I see the girls? And she's like, no, they're sick right now. And I was like, oh, it's okay. And she goes, yeah, at their grandparents are sick. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So she changed it, and so I'm guessing they weren't, and I know they weren't now, but I should have texted the grandparents, but I didn't think about it. I believed her.
Okay. So you never reached out to Blair or Kelly to see if they were
No, I should have.
No, that's okay. No, that's so look. I don't want you to feel any sort of blame on your end. Okay?
I do, because I have a key to her house. I should have went and checked on her and like the kids anyway.
Sophie, you seem like a very caring person. It seems like you care a lot about Hexie, okay? But at the end of the day, this was Kyleah's responsibility, you know? I mean, those were her kids, right? So I don't want you to take any blame from this whatsoever, okay? I mean, just the fact that you're here, the fact that you're in constant communication with Blair, I mean, that shows a lot about you, okay? So mine, I mean, all good, okay? Okay, so she quickly changed her story to like, oh, they're sick, but at their grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the second one, I was like, oh, it's fine, I can see them anyway. And then when I was like, can I go in? And she said no. She said no. She went directly no. No answer. And it was awkward after that, so I didn't want to like pry and be like, why? You know what I mean? So I went, oh, okay.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, you don't have it on your phone by any chance?
I don't think so.
Because
my data's not working right now.
Gotcha.
So it's like, because we text on Instagram, so it has to load.
Oh, okay. I see. And tell me a little bit more about the Valentine's thing, about her keeping the kiddos over for Valentine's Day. How do you know they were supposed to go with their parents?
As far as I was under the impression that every weekend the grandparents got the kids. Mm-hmm. That's what Kyleah told me. So I thought whenever she was out partying or doing whatever she wanted on the weekend,
Lewis.
Whatever, her kids are safe.
No, this is her friend, and this is Kyleah's friend, and it's a police interview.
But then
it's Sophie.
Well, now I find out it's every other weekend, but whatever. But so they had.
If you've been following me every night in True Crime, I was reading the transcripts of this interview. It wasn't an actual transcript verbatim, but this officer put the gist of it. This is Sophie. If you remember Sophie, this is who it is. We're going to watch Kyleah in just a minute here. We're just going through Sophie. She was the one that said about the bruise on the nose, and the Kyleah said it was from daycare. Okay, mother said it wasn't.
Them on February 1st to the 2nd, like they had them that weekend, and then they gave them back on Monday, and then she had them that weekend, and then she, for some weird reason, insisted she wanted to keep them Valentine's weekend, but they were supposed to be at the grandparents every other weekend.
You're welcome, Louis.
So they were supposed to be at there, but then that's what she told the grandparents is, the kids are sick, so I want to keep them for Valentine's weekend. And that's why they were there for the whole weekend. And for the whole, 2 weeks or whatever with her. Instead of being with the grandparents for at least one weekend.
Okay.
If the grandparents had the girls would be okay.
So the grandparents did a pretty good job of it?
Yes. The grandparents, I wish the grandparents could have taken the girls, but Kyleah was the one who was like, no, I can take care of them, I can do it myself. And I think that's why she was like, no one can watch my kids, I can do it myself. But she left her kids alone, so I don't know how anything in her thought process would make sense.
Okay. How do you know she left them alone, Sophie?
Because I just know she says there's a sitter. I think it's ridiculous that she says there's a sitter. I don't believe that. I don't believe there's a sitter. Because she said on some Yakima post, I'm not going to air out the sitter's name. If a sitter left your kid to die, you would air out the sitter's name. She's a liar. There was no sitter, she just left her kid.
Okay. Do you know who her sitters were?
She said her sitter was named Kay. K-A-Y. I have no idea who that is. Never heard of the person, never seen the person, never seen an Instagram, never seen a TikTok, never heard of them, never seen a video of them, nothing. That's why I don't think this person exists. I think it's something Kyleah thought of because she found her baby dead and she felt remorse after a second. She was like, oh my god, what did I do?
Any other sitters that you know of?
No, I think because every other weekend they were supposed to go to the grandparents. That was the sitters. The grandparents were the sitters. That's who they were supposed to go to every other weekend. As far as I thought, it was every weekend. But they were those were the designated sitters. And the grandparents loved that. They loved taking care of right? And they always wanted to take care of They had no problem with it, and they never argued about it. Now, of course, if Kyleah was like, I want to go party, they're not going to go, no, yes, I'm going to take your kids for you. You know what I mean? Like, they obviously had arguments about that. but they would always take the girls in, and she knew that they would take them in if Kyleah like actually was struggling, and she chose not to. She chose not to give them to the grandparents.
Sophie, when you saw, so when you met up with her at the mall on the 31st, where it was both Hexie and Sherry with her?
Yes.
Okay, and then do you remember, can you share a little bit about how you saw them? Like, I mean, did they appear like healthy? Were they, I mean, other than their clothes being dirty, I mean, like, how did they look to you, like, physically?
I have a photo. To me, well, she looked hurt because she had the bruise, so was hurt. But then, I don't know, she just kind of looked scared the whole day. Like, her eyes were just open. Like, they were like...
Sorry about that. Can I see that photo one more time?
Her eyes were just, like, opened. I don't know. She looks, like, horrified. And that's, like, every photo I have of her, besides when she was, like, first born. Her eyes are just... And I don't know why. Maybe that's just how her eyes are, but that's how she looks. She looked healthy to me, but she kind of just looked like... But I didn't change her because I had no idea if she was, like, diapered or not. Because every time I tried to pick her up, Kyleah would tell me to put her down because she didn't want me to pick her up.
Could you send me this photo as well?
Yeah.
This from the 31st, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyleah, you said Kyleah wouldn't want you to pick her up?
Yeah. Every time I tried to pick her up, she goes, no, she just put her back in the stroller. We're hanging out. And I was like, but I want to pick her up.
Did you at least get to grab her then?
Yeah, I have one picture of me holding her.
Okay. And when you were holding her, Sophie, did she feel like...
She felt like her neck was like...
Right. Well, those are
That's
babies.
okay, then normal. She felt normal.
Okay.
Other than that, maybe...
She didn't feel like super skinny or chubby or cold. I mean, well, what did you feel when you were holding her?
Cold, yeah.
Yeah.
She was definitely not like a warm baby. She was warm, but she wasn't like a warm baby. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
She wasn't warm.
Okay.
Is that concerning? Is that something that, oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to get a better idea of what you felt when you were holding her in your arms. You said you got a photo of that as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to find if I have that saved because for some reason my phone had as a person but doesn't have a person, so I have to like look for those photos specifically.
Look at the date range, hon. Look at the date range.
That's the only picture I have of her.
Okay. You said she always looked scared, is that correct?
Yeah, well I don't know, just look at that photo. Doesn't she kind of look like her eyes are like,
yeah,
right?
She's got big beautiful eyes.
Beautiful, but it's like, I don't know, just trying to...
Yeah. Can you send me that photo as well, please?
Yeah, so
Thank
it's
you.
this number? That
The one in the front. There you go.
Oh, okay.
The 306? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
right,
okay.
Right, yeah.
306, okay.
That's that one right there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so other than the diaper change, so you said you think that Kyleah probably didn't do the best job changing her diaper because sometimes you would notice rashes and grandparents would also talk about these rashes, and every time they'd go to grandparents, these rashes would go away, right?
Yeah.
Aside from that, I mean, like, how was everything else? How was she as a parent?
It didn't feel like she bathed them. It felt like whenever she had a boyfriend, the boyfriend would take care of the kids, and then she would do it sometimes. Like there's this guy named Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard about him yet, but he is supposedly dad.
Okay.
But he's in Arizona or somewhere, and he said he was coming back here, but he hasn't shown up. But he claims to be her dad. No one has gotten tested. No one knows. You know what I mean? I don't know. But he took her in for a while, and he took care of them. And honestly, I think they looked healthier when he was there with Kyleah. So someone was taking care of them more than she was. Because every time I would see, I'd have to brush her hair and I'd have to wash it almost. And so that was kind of weird to me. But I'm like, parents don't always brush their kids' hair all the time. So I'm like, okay. But it felt like it was dirty sometimes. And I'm like, that shouldn't be dirt. A hair shouldn't be sticky. But she's like, but every time I ask her about it, she goes, she just ate. And I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, I can't be arguing about that. She just ate, you know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Okay. And this is quite often.
Every single time.
Every single time you
every time I'd want to touch her hair, every time I'd want to play with her. And also, if Kyleah would try to brush her hair, she'd scream. But then if I brush her hair, she'd fine.
Did, was Hexie verbal? Did she talk to you, or?
She never said words yet, but she's very much of a no, yes, screaming. Like, she's been more fussy. On the January 25th, she was really fussy. And on January 31st, she was really, really, really fussy. And I tried, like, every time I would hang out with her and, like, give her food, she was fine. But then, like, if I took it away, she'd get mad. But to be fair, any kid would get mad if you could take away food.
Yeah.
But, like, I gave her, like, a pack of fruit snacks, and she, like, was, like, crying. I was like, oh, do you want more? And I was like, that's so many fruit snacks. And then Kyleah just kept giving her, go-go squeezes. And I was like, doesn't she need real food? And Kyleah was like, she's good on go-go squeezes. And I was like, and this was, like, the 1 hour at the mall. And I said, and she was like, I'm getting my mom to pay for her, I'm getting my mom to take us to Denny's later. And I go, oh, okay.
Okay. And how about Kyleah's house?
It was always messy. And, like, I don't know. Every time I was there, I don't know if she picked up before or what, because every time I hear about my friends going over there, they say their diapers on the ground, they say the floors are sticky, and they say there are dishes, and, like, everything is gross and stuff. And there are always dishes, but there's dishes at everyone's house, so I don't really think about that. And the floors are sometimes sticky, but there are never diapers on the ground, and there are never, like, bugs and stuff that I've seen. So I don't know if she picks it up before I've gone there, but I've never seen that. But I've heard about many of my friends saying that they go there, and, like, in Hexie's room specifically, there are diapers on the ground.
Okay, but you've never seen it.
I've never seen that, but I do think Hexie's crib was always dirty. I always wanted Kyleah to clean that, and she said that she, like, put what's it called? Sheet over it and stuff. I don't know, I'd come back and it seemed to be dirtier. And I felt like, I was, like, telling her, I'm like, girl, are you cleaning it? And she's like, yes, I am, I'm cleaning it.
Okay. Can you explain, or help me understand what dirty is?
I don't know, like stains. Like stains on the, like there was no sheet, there were no bedding. It was just like.
Just a mattress?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just saw the stains on the mattress?
Yeah, and then I would always give her a blanket and stuff. Like, always just, like, put her down. But, like, Kyleah told me she did. She did do that stuff. It was just, like, since I was coming over, she just put her in there real quick. So I just kind of.
So it seems like your friends are the ones who saw the worst end of Kyleah's residence being. You think that she might have cleaned up when you. Well, why do you think she would clean up when you would go? Do you think? I mean,
she refuses to let me on her Snapchat because apparently she posts people that I don't like on there, and so I think it's because she does drugs. I would tell her mom if I knew Kyleah was doing drugs, and she knew that. So I think her, like, she blocked me from Snapchat. Me and her used to have each other on Snapchat. So she, like, fully blocked me off of Snapchat. And, like, I'm hearing from people, like, she posted, like, Garrick and stuff. There's this guy named Garrick. He's, like, a known drug addict. So I'm like, you should probably get drugs with him. You know what I mean? Like, certain things like that. He was with her the week, I heard, of, like, the past week. I don't know. I haven't seen her.
Garrick was with her this last week?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know him, though.
Okay, how do you know that?
My friend Crystal told me. Because she got picked up by Kyleah, like, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or something.
Okay.
And I told her that you should not in Kyleah's car. That was your first mistake.
And what all did Crystal tell you?
She told me just, like, that she got in the car, and Garrett, and, like, they went in, like, 8 houses or something.
To 8 houses? For what?
I don't know. I think it was their exes or something. I have no clue. She straight up she was just talking about, she's like, yeah, I was with Kyleah last week, and she told me her kids were sick or with her parents. And I was like, yeah, that's what I get told too.
Okay, so they were just hanging out, went to 8 different houses?
I guess.
To their exes?
I don't know. She didn't really specify. She was like, we went to, like, go do stuff with eggs.
With eggs?
With eggs. That's what she said.
They probably were all.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
Probably nothing good. Okay, so Crystal, Kyleah, and Garrett were hanging out approximately 2 weeks ago, and you think Garrick is the one supplying Kyleah with the drugs.
Yeah.
And how do you know Garrick?
I knew him as a kid when I was like 14. My friend Irissa, she like started dating him, and like he abused her, and like I think he did coke and stuff. So it's like I don't see why he wouldn't do now. What did he do? He got his head bashed in. So he was doing better for a while, that's what I've heard. So I thought he was okay, but then he started doing bad things again. I don't even know.
Do you know how to spell Garrick?
Gerrick.
You know his last name?
I have it on Instagram.
And you think Garrick was with Kyleah this past week? Garrick.
I think he was.
MC.
I'm not sure if he's seen the girls, and if he had, and he's seen them like.
I'm sorry, can you mind if I say that?
Yeah, and he's seen them malnourished, that'd be really concerning. But I have no clue. I have no clue if he's just talked to Kyleah, or if he's talked to the girls too, or like seen them.
You know what he drives?
No idea. I don't know this guy. Like I literally knew him as a kid, and then he like abused my friend, and I was like, I hate this guy. Never talk to him again. Never think about him. And then he started hanging out with Kyleah, and I was like, great. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't find out until after she was put in jail, though.
Okay, you said you knew him for school?
No, I knew Irissa from Girl Scouts. She knew him from school.
Okay. Here in
So
Yakima?
I was homeschooled.
Gotcha. Okay. Here in Yakima?
Yeah. East Valley.
Okay, so Garrick's a local guy, right?
Yeah, he was from East Valley High School like Kyleah.
That's very helpful. Thank you. East Valley High School. Just gonna write that down really quick so I don't forget. Okay. So when you would go to her house, is it fair to say that the house was clean then, or
No.
was it still messy?
I'd still say it's a messy. I'd say it's a messy house, but I wouldn't say it's a biohazard like on the news reports say. So it definitely got worse than the last time I seen it. But I had not seen it in over 2 months because I hadn't gone to her house. We met at the mall, and then we met at Red Robin. So I've literally not gone to her house, so I have no clue how it's gone.
Okay.
So I'm not the best critique on that one.
And the last time you went to her house was on the 25th? For the little one's birthday?
I never went to her house. I went to Red Robin.
To Red Robin?
Yeah.
So on the 25th you guys connected at Red Robin. And then on the 31st you met at the mall.
Yes.
Okay, so when's the last time you went to her house?
I don't know.
Was it back in November, maybe?
I think the last time I went to her house was before we stopped being friends again. So yeah, back like before November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it was still messy, I mean, can you kind of just describe it for me a little bit? I mean.
Yes. So like when you walk in, it just I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't really. It feels like my house messy. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like a regular house messy.
Okay.
But then some like in the kitchen, the floors would be sticky sometimes, and then in the bathroom, the last time I was there, I didn't want to go use the bathroom, so it was gross, to be fair. But the girls don't use the bathroom, so I don't know anything about it. But I didn't want to use the bathroom, so it's definitely, that could have been gross. And then, oh wait, yeah, so if the bathroom is gross and the shower is gross, either the kids were in the shower or she never gave the kids showers.
Did the shower look pretty bad? Yeah, how so?
The shower was like grimy. It wasn't like bad, but it was like you hadn't cleaned it, you know what I mean? Like it hadn't been cleaned in a while.
Right.
I don't know. Like I think she has severe depression, and
What kind of depression?
Depression, just
Oh,
severe.
severe
I think
depression,
she
okay.
has depression. I don't know, but like that's what she used to like cut herself and stuff like as a kid, but like now I think she's like, I don't know. I think her thought process of her having kids would cause like happiness, but then it didn't, and it like tore her down because it was too much.
How was Kyleah before kids?
Frantic, bipolar almost, and then she had kids, and then she had, and she almost became normal, and she got married, and she got divorced, and then she was still like whack, but she had like the parental of I'm taking care of this kid with Rock and her, but then Rock would tell me, I'm not sure if Kyleah can take care of this kid by themselves, and that's when I told the parents, and that's when the parents would take the kids in every other weekend, as Rock left.
So she was frantic, bipolar,
I don't know if she's
kids.
bipolar. I just think she's.
But yeah, I mean, that's what you think, right? I mean, that's how you write to your opinion. So, and then she got married with Rock.
With some guy named Ethan.
Okay, and then had a baby with Ethan. Who was
No, she was
No?
pregnant while she got married.
Gotcha. Okay, so she was already pregnant with when she got married with Ethan.
She's done like 3 or 4 DNA tests. We don't know who the dad is for that one. But then Rock's claim. But then she got with Rock like right after she broke up with the other guy, the divorced dude.
Okay. So you think you thought that being married would probably kind of like settle her down a little
Well,
bit?
she kind of did for a second, but then she met Rock again. But he was 16 and she was 19.
Okay. And is this the guy you were talking about?
This is Rock. But
The
Sawyer.
the one that you didn't agree of?
Different dude.
Different. Okay.
Two different dudes. That's
Okay.
why I think it's so. She got with Rock a lot when she was. I think she had given birth. Yeah, she'd given birth to Hexada already.
What is
Then
that
she
called?
got divorced. Or she met Rock, started hanging out with him,
Hexagon?
then divorced her husband. Or not? I don't know if they're divorced yet. I think her last name is Tolle still, so I don't think she is divorced. Her name's Quill. Yeah, her name's Tolle still. So she's not divorced.
I have no idea.
But so she started meeting Rock, and they started like hanging out with him, and they started dating. Then they dated for so long, and they were on again and off again. Then they broke up. He left. He's 18 now, I think, or maybe 17, and then she's 20 now. So then, yeah, I think he's 17, or maybe he's 18.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm forgetting his birthday. I think he was born 2006 or 7. But then she met this dude named Sawyer, and that's when we were still friends. She met him, and I thought she was really, really weird for dating a 17-year-old. But she said he's turning 18 in January, but she turns 20 in December. So I was like, you're a pedophile. Kyleah, you're a pedophile. Stop. You need to stop dating him. You're a pedophile. It's weird. You already dated someone that's younger than you. Don't do it again. He looks like a child. He looks like a kid to me. Like, she sent me a photo. I go, he's posing like this. Like, he's a child. Like, I literally told her, I go, why are you dating him? Or, I guess, talking. And then she was like, you can't speak to me like that. You can't disrespect me like that. And then we stopped being friends. And then it was like 2-3 months. And that was, I think, in November. And then January, or no. Yeah. Randomly in December. No, randomly in January.
You guys reconnected.
Yes.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Sorry.
Sophie. And Rock was the first person she started talking to. He was 16. She was probably 19. And then the second guy who was younger, what was his name? Sawyer?
Yeah, I don't know his last name. I know nothing about him. Because I didn't want to know anything. I just knew that I was like, Kyleah, this is weird. I thought Sawyer was the guy that she was with over the weekend. But then I heard that she was hanging out with Garrick this last week or two. So I was like, maybe Garrick's the one she was hanging out with the weekend, but I have no clue who she was actually hanging out with over the weekend because I never heard anyone else's voice, I don't think.
Hear anyone's voice?
Like on the voice recording I showed you? Like when she was doing, oh, I didn't
get the voice recording now. I just saw the photo of the bridge.
On Friday she sent me this.
Okay, Sophie, nobody in the car drives right now, so I have a question to ask you. What's better, a road that has a divider in the middle, like that way people aren't swerving into your lane, or a road that's like just open so that you can swerve through lane? Because I feel safer driving with like the regular shit. That way I can just go everywhere. But I don't know. I thought you would get it.
I said open lane.
You said open lane?
I said open lane. Because I was like, I like open lanes because then when you're on a freeway, you get to go like past somebody. I went open lane. And that she didn't answer me. And then on Sunday she texted me this pictures.
Okay. Is that how she would communicate with
Yes.
you? Just every once in a while, just kind of just sending you like random questions like that?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm kind of like, alright, that's an odd
No, that's
question.
the most she sends me the most random thing. She'll call me, like, if you look up, she's like, oh my gosh. Oh no, don't vision mode, okay. Like, randomly, on February 19th, she called me twice, and then I called her back and she didn't answer, then she called me like multiple times. And I was like, girl, what?
When was this?
February 19th at 3:40 p.m.
Okay, gotcha.
But this was like way after since I'd seen the girls.
February what, I'm sorry?
19th.
She called you multiple times, but you guys were pretty much playing phone tag, but nobody responded or answered. Okay. And then you said you referred to her as your best friend. When did you guys meet? I mean, how old were you guys? You guys were both fairly young.
It was in 2019.
Okay. How old were you then?
13.
13 years old. Okay.
Yeah, I don't consider her best friend anymore because of what she did, and I don't forgive her. But I'm just saying, like, that's how she was. That she wasn't.
So you guys have been friends since you guys were 13.
Yeah. Well, she's 1 year older, so she was 14.
Okay. I mean, you guys were around the same age.
Yeah.
Okay. And then things were fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was always like I don't know. She was always manic. It seemed she seemed like she was always a little like on something. It seemed like always.
Do you think she was on something?
I don't know. It felt like at some point she was, and then I would talk to her about it, and then she would like reassure me that she wasn't, and then they would find out she was, and she'd get like fully clean, and you could tell that she was clean, and then she'd look great. And then it's like, I believe her, and then it didn't seem like again. And then for the past month, I wasn't sure if she was clean or not, but she reassured me that the girls were with her mom. So I was fine with what she can do what she wanted. So
you weren't under the impression that the girls were with her parents?
So I thought she was doing drugs just in general, but I was letting her live her life. But I thought the girls were with mom and dad.
You thought she was doing drugs because?
Just because how she acts. And like all her friends were like, yeah, she does coke.
Okay, how was she acting?
Just like jittery and like always like, I need $10 for gas, but then she has like half a tank. Why do you need $10 for gas, girl? Right? Like, you know what I mean? Right. And then her EBT, always gone. Where's the kids' food? You know what I mean?
How do you know her EBT was gone?
I don't know, just the food was never there, and then she didn't have food, and she always was like begging for money. So it's like, where is her EBT going? She normally gets like $900 or something, or like 400. I don't know how much, but she got like a good amount of money on her EBT.
Is this something she would tell you, or?
She told me because I went shopping with her multiple times.
Okay. So she had an EBT card at one point and would get roughly.
Yeah, does she not anymore? Because I thought she did.
I have no.
Okay, well, she as far as I know, she did, or she still does, because she has it like WIC and stuff for the kids. But then like she never had food at the house, and it's like she was always asking for money. So it felt like it was always gas money and stuff.
Now when you were at the house, did you ever see her feed the kids or anything?
Yes.
Okay. What
And
did
then
she feed them?
Chicken nuggets.
Okay.
Like bean and cheese burritos. Like whenever she's making a dinner, like whenever we would make a dinner, like we'd go grocery shopping and make a dinner. But this was months ago because the last time I went to her house, is that she would feed the kids the food. Well, not mostly sleeping. Every time I was there, she was always sleeping. Okay. And I would ask Kyleah to wake her up and show me not to, because she didn't want me to make her cry.
Okay. No, I mean, babies do sleep a lot when they're little.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it.
But for the most part, prior to you guys' like disconnect in November, every time you were at her house, she was always sleeping?
Yeah.
And where would she sleep at?
The bassinet. I don't know where it was, but when I went to her house, there was, when you first walked in at the front of the house, not the back of the house, but when you first walked in the front of the house, there was Kyleah's bedroom that was supposed to be the living room, but it was Kyleah's bedroom. And it was Kyleah's bed, and then in the corner there was the bassinet. That's how it was, and that was the baby. And she was just there, right next to Kyleah's head. So like if Kyleah woke up or the baby was like crying, Kyleah was there.
I never got the chance to go into the house. Does that have an actual bedroom in there, or?
Yes. So the house is, the way it is, it's like a split house almost. So it's like somehow it's like, so you walk in and there's a living room that's like this size almost, and she made it into her room, and then you walk in a little bit of a hallway like that, and then there's like a room that's like this size, maybe half this size, like that, and that was Hexie's room, and like there was baby stuff and like always clothes and stuff everywhere, but there was always like, it was not clean, but it wasn't dirty, it was just like clothes. Okay. You know what I mean? And then after you walk back there, there's the kitchen, and then you walk farther, there's the bathroom. It's just all like in a line.
Gotcha. But the living room was essentially her room.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's where the girl stayed with her too?
No, would have the bed, like the crib, in the other room, and then
But how
she
about fastened in the corner of that living room?
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
where she was, as when I went there the last time.
And when you would see her, did you actually physically see fastened in and she was asleep when you would see her?
Yeah, I've seen her awake before, but every time I saw her at the house, she was physically asleep.
Gotcha.
But then the only time I saw her awake was January 25th at Hexie's birthday, and then January 31st when I held her. That's the only times I've seen her awake.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, this is super informative, Sophie. I don't know if I have any other questions for you. I think most importantly, the reason why you're here is because your name was brought up, not in a bad way. She just mentioned that you were at one point a babysitter to these girls. But from what I'm hearing, I'm not hearing you say that you were a sitter. Is that correct? I think you said there are people that were really...
I've definitely watched the girls before for her months ago.
Okay.
I've had over a year ago. I had over for a sleepover at my house.
Gotcha.
So I would consider myself a sitter, but not in the past recent months because me and her hadn't been friends.
Gotcha.
But when I was friends with her, yes.
Did you ever take care of
No, not much.
No.
I've taken care of like the few times I saw her, and that was the 25th and 31st.
Gotcha. But with Kyleah being present.
Yes, I've never had alone.
Gotcha. Okay.
I wish I had got to, but she told me too young, and I honestly agree because I don't know much about kids.
Okay. But you would sometimes have over at your house
Yes.
to stay over?
I've had over one time at my house to stay over, yes.
Okay, and this was like months
This was a
before?
year ago.
A year ago?
Yes, this was over a year ago.
So she was a year?
Two.
Yeah, right, so she was a year old when she
Oh,
was
yeah,
over at your house?
yes, I'd say she is a year old.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so that's why you're here, because I just kind of wanted to get a better understanding of how you saw these kids. I mean, you saw her interact with these kids. Did these kids eat, I mean, how did they...
I'm not going to continue with Kyleah tonight or the other, I think there's one other person, just because there's something funky going with the chat. All of a sudden, 30 people will be gone, then 30 people will come back, 30 people will be, so something is, it's either kicking people out, but I think Kyleah is a pretty explosive type of an interview. And I just don't want all these people to miss it. So I'm going to finish with this, play word cookies, I believe, and then we're out. I don't know whether it's my internet that's doing this because I still have another service call Saturday. I don't think they fixed it correctly. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, now it's down to 0, okay? It just went from 30 people to 0, and then it goes to 20. Then it goes to 30. Then it goes to 3. All in the span of 1 minute. So something is definitely going wrong. So I'm going to play this and then I'm going to continue tomorrow.
Appear to you, and I mean, I got a lot of good information. As far as I got a little bit about how they looked and what they ate. I mean, how about like her as a mom? I mean, how would she interact with them? As her kids. I mean, was she affectionate? I mean.
The video she showed me, she was.
Okay.
Like, she would take a video and she'd be like, your food, like, it was always, like, sweet things and sweet videos. But I've also seen videos of, like, Rock recording her screaming, don't touch my food! So it's, like, two sides, you know what I mean? Like, I don't always see both things. And, of course, she's not going to show me everything because so I don't know.
How about in person? When you guys
in person, it seems like she'd rather me take care of them. Like when on the 31st, I was the only one watching. She let Hexita walk away multiple times.
Okay. She's not very...
She was...
assertive of her kids?
Staring at something or stealing something. I don't know. I don't think she was stealing something, but she was like looking at something.
Sandra.
So it's like...
It's saying there's 0 people in here. There's 0 chats, 0 everything.
I've never seen her
engage in drug. There's something really wrong with YouTube right now.
I've seen her do weed.
Really bad.
And vape.
It's legal. Yeah.
Okay, well I've seen her smoke weed and I've seen her vape, but I've never seen her do anything else.
In front of the kiddos, like?
No, not in front of the kids.
Okay.
But I've seen her do it.
Gotcha. Because you said if you told me earlier, or I heard you mention that if she was, you would bring it up to her parents, right?
Yeah, if she was doing drugs, I would bring it up to the parents, 100%. And she probably was, but I did not know that. I thought I thought the kids were with the parents, so I didn't think it mattered.
You thought they were with the parents?
Yeah, so I didn't think to tell the parents, oh, Kyleah is doing drugs, because Kyleah is not watching the kids, so why does it matter if Kyleah is doing drugs?
Right. And you thought the kids were with her parents over the weekend of...
Oh, I thought the whole time I thought they were with the parents. Since I asked Kyleah to see them, and she was like, no, they're with my parents,
Now it just
I thought they were
jumped.
with their parents.
And this was back in this whole month, right?
Yeah, because remember when what day, I don't know what day I gave her the vape, but that
Goes
day,
from
is
0
when she
to
told me they were
30.
with her parents.
To 35,
And then that day,
to 14,
2 weeks ago.
yeah,
to
that's when
35,
she told me
to
that they were with her parents, and that's when I thought
50.
she was,
It's
they
just,
were with her
it's
parents.
ridiculous. It's all over the place.
Okay. Sophie, anything else you want to add? I mean, something that you
Well, I believe
think
that,
would be,
Sandra.
important for us
It's
to
just
know
not registering.
I don't.
about Kyleah, her kiddos,
You asked me
her
about
relationship.
Chloe, or
Right.
someone asked me about Chloe. Is there necessary anything about Chloe?
I don't-
Someone was like,
think
do
it
you
was
know
me.
Chloe? And I was like, I know a Chloe. Yeah.
I don't think it was me.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
If that question emerges again from anybody on my team, we'll give you a call.
Okay.
But yeah, Sophie, I think I got a lot of good
Okay.
information from you. I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us. Okay.
Yeah.
That number that we have for you, is that a good phone number to reach
Yeah.
you at? Okay. I heard you mention earlier that was like a Wi-Fi number or
No,
messaging.
It's a regular number. It's just when you called me on no caller ID.
Oh, did I?
So
Okay.
I couldn't call you
okay.
back.
Well, that 306 is my my
Okay,
work
the
number.
306 one?
So
Okay.
if you have like any information you pass along, or something you find to be important or something that came back up, feel free to call me. Okay. And if you could please, I greatly appreciate some of those photos that you showed me about of see when you guys were at the mall.
Okay.
That'd be great. And
Okay.
even if you can send me a photo of maybe like a screenshot of like the text messages that she sent you on a Sunday of the bridge.
Oh, okay.
That way it kind of shows like the time and date.
Okay.
Right, because I think it shows the time
Yeah.
right
I'm
right
real
above the
tired
picture
anyway.
And the date up top, right? So if you can
Okay.
do that,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Okay.
I can do that.
All right.
Thank
you
you.
so much, Sophie.
No problem.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Here, I'll walk you out. Okay.
Okay.
This one.
Okay, so yeah, I'm real tired anyway. I'm just gonna, I mean, I think Kyleah's is gonna be pretty explosive. I mean, I haven't watched it, but from what I can gather, it's pretty explosive. But I don't know. I mean, if we're not having the interaction and stuff, I don't want to do it because there's something obviously. Now it just jumped to 24 and 30. You know, it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. Where are all the people that are here watching this and not chatting? And they either can't get into the chat or they're in the chat and they're getting kicked out. I can see the spikes as I have on my back end the analytics. And there's something definitely funky going on here. Because it literally goes from like 40 people to 0 in 1 second, and then it shoots back up, you know, and then it comes down again, and then I don't know. So I know YouTube's been a little funky, but I think it's more than funky. So we'll try to do it tomorrow, Kyleah, and finish with those other interviews. All right. Let me get the word cookies. I'm real tired anyway. I gotta be up early for the trial anyway, and all that stuff. I've got things to do. I've got some calls to make beforehand. Hey, murder. Hey. I think what happened? Hold on, I can't even see what you're writing. I'm falling asleep so bad. And these. Okay, one more and we can go to bed. Oh boy, I'm so tired. Hey, heart. Faces. Yay, thanks, heart. Okay, guys, I am exhausted. Gonna go to sleep. I don't know what's going on. There's something wacko with YouTube. So, like I said, these interviews are pretty. They're not. Not many people have them. They're kind of explosive. I'd like to do it when we're engaged and stuff, and plus you have to pay for them. So, I will want to do it when I'm more awake and when everybody else can be in here because there's something wacky going on with YouTube. All right, I love you guys. God bless. May God bless you and protect you and give you his peace, and see you tomorrow, God willing, for this trial, and hopefully we'll all be more rested. I don't know. Okay, thank you for everything. See you tomorrow. Okay, I am falling asleep. Totally falling asleep. Sorry. I was almost like passing out during that one interview, hoping I would make it to the end. All right. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. We all need them. So take care.